man, good at everything.
All right, we live, we back in full effect. What's going on, man? Instagram, come on, don't play with me. You know what I mean? We live. Let me get back to this Instagram real quick so I can get it right. Yeah, this damn Instagram be messing with my head. Hmm. Okay. Hold on. Hey, what's good, Bully fam? All right. Yeah, this Joker was messing with me right now. Why this thing? Okay. So we live on every platform now. Hey, what's up, Bully fam? This your boy Dre from Dan Gaza Bullies, and today we have Barry from 3MK Bullies gonna tell his story. He came into the bully community, places that he been, and where he's at right now with his program. You already know. We got some other juicy details, so let's go. Barry, introduce yourself, man.
What's up, big dog? Guys with bullies. Appreciate you inviting me on, homie. Yeah, I've been in the bully game, man. Before these dogs was called American Bullies. Like I started like at 19, something like that, and I'm 40 now. You see what I'm saying? So it's been 20 years. You know what I mean? But like I
That's
said,
all it is.
they weren't even called American Bullies back then. They was called like it was still on the paperwork when we was dealing with UKC. It was still American Pit Bull Terrier, but they started calling them like bully style pit bulls, and that's how it transitioned. So it was we had the more bully style. We started getting to the bully style, so they started transitioning the name to bully style pit bulls, and then it became American Bully. So I've been around for a while. I I purchased my first bully. I don't know. I don't. I don't think it was. It wasn't too spectacular, but I think it.
Other juicy.
I think I.
Let's go, Barry. Introduce yourself, man. My bad.
You good?
Go.
Yeah. I was buying little dogs here and there on like out the I Wanna books. Back then we had to look in magazines. I mean the pages, the I Wanna books that came out every Wednesday for ads or people selling them. It was before social media for me, personally. And it's probably before social media in general, but it took a while before I got on social media. And then when I got serious, I sought out my first real like foundation bulls. A guy named I bought them from a guy named Jamie McCook. I started dealing with Thick Pins, Farrakhan blood. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Nah, that's way back for me, man.
Sadie's Patterson. Yeah, Thick Pins, Farrakhan is the blood I started with. And they were some nice dogs. But at that time, I didn't really know, what I had or what not. We was all over the place. We all, in the early stages, we all was. Hindsight, it was some of the nicest bulls around. It was some good blood. But like I said, back then, we was so all over the place too. I ain't stick with the blood and kind of got into the social media part of it. And then things kind of, switched up and kind of went forward from there.
Okay. Well, what year late? You say you started social media late. When did you came on social media?
I really can't pinpoint the year exactly, but it was some time. I had been dealing with the dogs for. I was the only one, like the first one in my city with the dogs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
With the bullies. So I had been dealing with them a while. So it probably was around 2013, 14 that
Okay.
I
Okay.
got with the social media scene.
Okay. So quick question. You said you started out with you said a Farcom blood.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still in your pedigree these days up to
Nah,
this
nah.
day?
It, it was Razor's Edge blood, but it was Farrakhan blood. But no, like I said, I was all over the place. So at some point, I started over more than once. I didn't started over. So I started getting, I guess, more into the dogs. So I don't know if I seen them in a magazine, but I seen a certain breeder in North Carolina. And we hooked up and we started going to shows together, and I became a part of they camp or whatever. So I started out. But first, I started out by myself. Like in the early stages, I was
No,
like,
no mentor.
no. In the beginning, kind of not really, because the guy I got him from, he was going through a lot at the time, like with legal issues, and so he was on the out trying to get out of the dogs while I was trying to get in. So I ain't really have no mentor. So it was all like you know chance and error type stuff. You know what I mean? I'm taking a chance or whatever. But at the same time, hindsight, like I said, I had some nice dogs, but at the time I ain't have a clue of what I had
You
because
know what to do.
yeah, I was young and it was the early stages of the bully world. So at that time I ain't really know what I had. But hindsight, I can see.
So you think that all right without a mentor, like you think without a mentor, kind of set you back, or you just had to learn quick and get ahead as it wasn't a fast process for you, was
In
it or not?
in the beginning, it was like I started out with pit bulls, so I kind of felt like before you knew about the social media, it don't seem like everybody do this. So
Yeah,
one of the very few that was doing it. So I kind of felt like I was going in the right direction. But as I started branching out and looking and seeing how big the game was, now I'm thinking these guys, okay, when you start comparing stuff, you know what I mean? You're like, oh man, they in magazines, not knowing at the time they to get in these magazines, you know what I mean? You don't even know that at the time, but you just
yeah,
impressionable. You like, oh man, I need to get like that. You see what I'm saying? So I see the certain breeder in the magazine. I'm like, man, I need to get some of his stuff or whatever. So I link up with him or whatever.
Could you mention that breeder?
I don't really want to mention him like that. He ain't really. We
Yeah,
have
yeah,
this, but I don't. You know what I mean? I don't really want to mention him like that. You know what I mean? But we had a group. You know what I mean? In North Carolina, it was a big breed in North Carolina. And people that's on here and they're here, they probably will figure out who I'm talking about.
yeah.
You know, but either way, he was kind of my mentor at that time. So as I'm going, okay, now I'm saying, okay, now I need to start over. Yeah, I
Oh,
done had them type of dogs. Now let me get with him and get his stuff. And I'm thinking, okay, since I see him in a magazine, then that's where I'm gonna be. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying at the time. That's how I'm thinking. I'm young. Like I said, not knowing this man then bought his way, or whatever. You learn the ins as it go on. I didn't even know it was a social media aspect of bullies until I met him. So some good things did come out of it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I
So,
was young and had a couple dollars in my pocket. So, he sold me anything. I ain't know no better, but it is what it is. I don't fault him for that. That was my mistake because
hmm,
I came in trying to jump into something without doing my research. You know what I mean?
okay, okay. So, question. So after you went through all of that, right, and so, but you know what? Let's clarify. Let's clarify. Do you think that you learned something from this guy? You was just in the wrong. You was still on the fence if you learned something or not.
Like I said, I learned something, but it
Hmm.
was dogs. It was an aspect of social media. I had no clue that the bully game was that big. You see what I'm saying? So in the midst of dealing with this guy, yeah, we was going to shows and everything. So don't get me wrong, like the camaraderie at the time when I was first getting in, it seemed to like the place to be. And I always loved how the shows was set up back then. We was all going to the shows. We weren't even really worried about the ring or whatever. We were just on the sideline, like with 10, 15 dogs stacked beside each other. You know what I mean? All looking similar. So it was cool. Don't get me wrong. But it was like 10 or 12 of us. We had to pay dues every month. I don't know if anybody ever been in a group where you had to pay
Never.
dudes,
That sounds like a biker gang to me. But
everything. It
hold
is,
up.
it is, you know what I mean?
You mentioned the ring. You mentioned you was going to shows and stack up beside the other dog. That mean you mean that you was there before the shows was the shows like where you got to go in the ring and stack your dog, walk your dog. You know what I mean?
People,
Introduce
people was still,
obedience and all of that.
people was still in the ring at the time, but it wasn't the side antics was more of a thing versus people paying attention to the ring. Yeah, people, it was people. So don't get me wrong. I ain't trying to take
Mhm.
away from them people, but like when you knee deep into something, you only see a certain aspect, and the real thing that was popping at that time was stacking the dogs up on the side, and it wasn't even stacking against other counts. It was just this, your one count, and you got all your members, and everybody bring their dog, and you all stack them beside each other, and then the people that's at the show, they come around looking. So it's a good impression on the people that the newcomers or whatever.
Okay, so at that time, then, so you just talking fresh in the group then when you start going to shows then. So that's mean Barry, Barry had dogs, but now you start seeing real dogs that you want to get move towards.
They're seeing real dogs, but at the same time, Bear, I always been the same mindset, so I'm already recognizing some of the some
Yeah,
gimmicks. You feel me? So
yeah,
now, and I ain't never been a follower, but to be a great leader, you have was
yeah,
once to be a great. You had to once be a great follower yourself. So I'm
yep,
not trying to take away like I wouldn't follow. Yeah, I was following this man. You see what I'm saying? But I was
yep.
young. He was older than me, so I'm thinking, like I said, I'm seeing him in the magazines. I'm thinking, hey man, this can be me one day. You see what I'm saying?
Most
So,
definitely.
and I was a great member. You know what I mean? Doing my part. People, like I tell anybody, any job I ever went on, and anybody I ever dealt with, I'm always been a great asset to the team. Like I ain't never been just a puller. I'm bringing my own bread to the table and everything. So they was just kind of selling me puppies here and there. You know what I mean? Knowing I had the money. That's a different story. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like I said, I learned a lot from the social media aspect, how to market on social media. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh, game.
So put it that this way too. So would you say you kind of paid your way to learn? Because you made mistakes along the way too. Like I know you bought some puppy that you should have never bought, but you bought it anyway.
Yes, I paid my way to learn,
Okay.
but I had already been buying dogs like before then. Like I hadn't bought plenty of dogs. I done flew dogs in from California. Didn't know a thing about the dog. Get a dog a couple months later, he full of mange. That's when that new vet stuff had just came out. You try the new vet, try all the wafers, you buy that offline, trying to clear up the mange, and you don't really know that there's already something embedded in the bully.
Hmm.
And this guy looked probably mixing. You can see it wasn't a normal American bully. Like I said, hindsight is 2020. But
Mm.
it is what it is. At that time, like it wasn't no such thing as give me my money back, or you just bought a bad investment that didn't work
It's
out.
it's still like that though. You
Uh-huh.
don't think so?
Say again.
You don't think it's still like that? You can get your money back?
I mean, to a certain extent, you know what I mean. Like with studs, it's kind of a thin line that people don't want to admit. Like, okay, some people might be fortunate enough to when you get the money, put it in an escrow account or whatever. But me, always, anytime I got money from my stud, it go immediately right back into the stud. Whether
Yeah.
banners, raw, whatever that stud need. You see what I'm saying? Supplements, whatever, it go directly. And I tell the client firsthand before you send any money, re- deposits is non-refundable simply because it's used to promote. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to. I don't need to take the money out of my family's pot to promote. It should promote it. It should pay for itself. You see what I'm saying?
We gonna get there. We're gonna get to that part of it. But so so all right. You paid to learn. When
Mhm.
did Barry finally got a hook in the game? Like, yo, this is what I need. This is the direction I need to go. These are kind of dogs that I need to produce. If I'm gonna make a sell for my name, I'm gonna make 3MK possible.
Well, that was some years later. Cause I still, once I figured out, okay, this just some, not a money gig, but at the same time, it is what it is. Like, okay, I'm realizing I'm not that. I'm more of a leader than a follower. At the same time, I'm being a good follower up to now, but like I'm not that impressed as I was once my eyes got open. So now I'm feeling like, okay, man, like I can really branch out and do this on my own. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I tell them, I'm going my own way or whatever. So I kind of still ain't got my feet up under me yet. Still trying to dibble and dabble and figure out what blood I want to really use. I still really ain't got no vision. I know I want a stream dog. I know I want a wow factor. I know I want some to turn heads, but I still ain't got no solid foundation side at this point. So okay, I'm still buying dogs. I probably bought a Mr. Bean. By this time, Mr. Bean probably was popping. I done bought a Mr. Bean daughter or whatever, and some more other stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
it still hadn't got to where my foundation that I'm dealing with today was shot. So I still dealt with another partner
Mm-hmm.
after that. You see what I'm saying? So I done been through a lot in this game. When I tell you, I done been through any little scenario you could think of. I
You
done,
been there.
and this guy, like this second guy I dealt with, a lot of people, he famous in the community, everybody know him. But I ain't gonna mention his name, but he was the kind of gung ho, impulsive, buying. He wanted. He think in his mind he gonna get all the studs and seeing you all the females and you do all the work with the females or whatever. So I kind of dealt with him. Where he buying 10, 20 dogs, sending them to, like 10 dogs in 3 days type stuff. You know what I mean? Sending them.
Shit.
Yeah, and that got to a point where, hey, bro, like you sending the dogs, but hey, you dealing with an up and coming. You like the way I'm marketing, but hey, bro, help me with some of these vet bills too at the same time. But so I caught on to his game too, which we didn't have a bad falling out, but up to this time now, I get ready to do a breeding with this guy, and I lose my arm at work, and that's when things took a shift.
Mm. Okay, okay, okay.
And that's when it took a shift because in the hospital, I made a lot of moves that changed everything, the trajectory of everything that led to me where I'm at today. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, 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 okay. So, quick question. That breeding went down?
Breeding didn't take place. She was in heat. It was a Sunday. No, it was Sunday. I seen she had came in heat. I hit him up. I'm like, hey, bro, she's bleeding. It's about go time. You know what I mean? Go to work that Monday. I'm supposed to, she just coming in heat, so progesterones is gonna be at the end of the week. Go to
Mm.
that Monday. That's when I get hurt. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
the breeding never take place.
Okay, okay. I see you
But
saying.
in the hospital, still had the female. Still, we supposed to still be like a group, but I'm telling them now, like, bro, I don't even want to do that no more. Like I told you, he wasn't sending no money for the vet bills and all that. So it's like, bro, I'm gonna just do my own thing. Like, so he was like, man, sell me the female, sell me the female. So I ended up selling him to Mr. Bean daughter or whatnot. I don't know if he did the same breeding that I planned, but I know he bred her. But I ended up selling her in, and I was like, I was in the hospital. I woke up like couple of days later in the hospital, and then like right after that, I got online. I'm like, and I still thinking about this dog stuff, even though I'm in the hospital bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You
I'm
still
still,
passionate about it?
I didn't woke up out of coma for 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About this dog business. Sending my wife. You know what I mean? God bless her, cause I'm sending her running to sell dogs while I'm sitting in the hospital bed. You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
And
But hey, before you go any further,
go ahead.
how important having family around, someone got your back in those times, even without those time going on, your bad time going on, and keeping these dogs in check? Because I noticed you a family man. It's always you and your wife, or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
making it happen. Like, how important is that?
There wouldn't be no dogs without that because I got 5 kids. So, and I
Mm-hmm.
tell anybody, and like I have a couple guys I mentor and whatever, and I'll be telling them how hard it is to whip, and they'll be on the outside looking in and thinking, "Oh, well, you doing it? You got one arm and all that." But I'm like, y'all don't understand the team I got. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
I got a team that we take shifts. If I'm sleep, they gonna be doing it. If they sleep, I'm gonna be. You see what I'm saying? We got
Mm.
enough people to where we and they love the dogs like I love them. So
But quick question: did your wife was original dog person? Cause you got to be a dog person to make it, or you just gotta, hey
she was
babe.
a dog person. You know how not to take that away from women, but they gonna kind of try to do what their husband do to make them happy. You know what I mean? If they want to make it work, you feel what I'm
That's
saying?
my situation right now.
Like, like football teams or whatever. My sister, she gonna be with the same dude. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
up watching the team I watch. Now, how you like this team? But a woman
Yeah,
you supposed to do that. I feel like a wife, good wife gonna do that.
that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, so basically, you're saying you start running from in the hospital bed. You start running, promoting, boom, boom, bang, making sure deals went down. Wife backing you up. Uh, it couldn't be easy either for her too, because she got to be looking like you're like, bro, you sick. I'm supposed to be taking care of you. I'm over here taking care of the dog, taking care of you, taking care of the kids.
Facts,
Like
facts, facts.
she,
But at the same time, she already knew me,
Mhm.
and she know the type of person I am. She know, like, yeah, that was a tough situation, but she know, like, my personality. So she with me, but like you said, she like, hey, bro, like, you show this what you want to do. Like, I'm like, bro, go sell this dog. I'm about to start all the way over. I got my mindset. How you got your mindset? You just come out of a machine, lose. No. But my mindset, go sell this dog, go pick this one up, and I'm about to do this. And I hit up a big breeder, Con. I say his name. I hit him up. I'm like, Con, bro, I need a granddaughter. You feel me? And he sent me to Ernest Johnson. He didn't have nothing at the time. He sent me to Ernest. I'm in the hospital, but I'm like, Ernest, what's up, man? I got your information from Con. I need me a bad granddaughter because at this time, like I'm telling you, I'm transitioning from okay. I know for a fact I don't want to be a part of no partners, groups, none of that. Me and my wife enough. We're gonna do this me, her, and the kid, we're gonna do this by ourselves. I didn't establish that now to at least I know that at this point. So now I gotta establish a foundation. So I mean, like, okay, I'm finna get rid of this dog because simply because we had ties and I
Mhm.
ain't want to leave it on bad business. So I'm like, hey, bro, we gotta work this out. He bought the dog, sent me a puppy, whatever, and I'm like, okay, now I'm right now in the crossroads again where I got to start over. This is like my second or third time starting over. So I'm like, but I'm telling myself, if I'm going to do it this time,
Mhm.
I got to be dead serious. Like,
Yeah.
I can't be playing. I got to research before I buy something and everything. Even though this is a short time period that I'm in the hospital, I had already been researching the blood. You see what I'm saying? The grim blood.
Stick a pin. How did you make that transition from a muscle tone to a Fulking? Like I'm trying to understand how you came up with that. You know what I mean?
Because, like I said at that time, okay, you still fishing, but okay, I feel like, okay, now I'm starting to get my feet up under me. I'm promoting good. People reaching out. I'm catching traction up before I'm even breeding. Like I had to
Mm.
breed back in the day, but with this new blood, I hadn't even really done a breeding yet with this muscle tone stuff. But I'm
Mm.
on my female as if she a stud, and dude reached out. He loving the way I promote, so like he wanted to bring me on the team, but I can't say why. I said I'm gonna switch from the muscle tone at this time and go there. I don't know, but like either way, I was like, man, I gotta be serious. I gotta start my foundation like from the ground. I need a female, and I'm gonna go from there. And at the time, it wasn't Grim blood; it was Rocco blood. I just wanted a Grim daughter. After looking at it, seeing Rocco was more, he was taller than Grim. Grim was more the style I like. He was pocket, and I seen him. He was producing some nice female with some nice rear ends on him or whatnot. And I had came from dogs that had terrible rear ends. So that was one of my things. Like I gotta make sure the rear good first. You know what I mean? And along the way I'm learning. So I'm kind of learning that, hey, you should be breeding the dog from the rear end, so you need to focus on that first while I'm doing my foundational. Because, like I said, I got to be serious this time. So that's what made me purchase Naomi from Ernest, and the rest, speaks for itself after that. You know what I mean? Naomi, she was the thing that changed everything. It
Shoot,
was the dog
okay.
that changed everything.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So so she you start over on the Falcon blood, right?
Yeah.
On your side, what you start mixing it with?
I'm line. I'm line breeding.
Straight line beard
I've been line breeding for years, and I'm just getting to the point where now I got to outcross. You see what I'm
across. So at this point then you got the female, you line breeding.
saying?
Because me personally, knowing you, I know you as a stud owner.
Yeah, but
I
I
know
just
you got bad bitches too, but I know you as a stud owner. So we could get to the females that you created, but when did you create your first badass stud?
yeah. See, I'm more of a producer versus a stud owner. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah.
getting my feet solid in the stud game. Yeah, I've been trying to produce studs and promote studs, but
Hmm.
I've gone through hella stuff with these dogs, like you say, losses or whatever. You know what I mean? The woes of the dog game. So
Hmm.
I I really got solidified with producing the bad bitches. You know what I mean? And now the stud game is where people know me from, but
Hmm.
this is just I never really had a global stud, a big stud. You see what I'm saying?
I
Like
think BMF was a badass
he
boy.
was
He
on
just messed up. He didn't get to start his career and actually finish it.
he was on his way. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say I never had. Yes, he was on his way, but we didn't reach that pinnacle yet. His stud fee was rising, was loving, was breeding to him on the way. The day he died, he was on the way to do a breeding. So he was on his way, but you know he ain't make it. So, but it is what it is. Got
Can you mention something just now, right? Before
mhm.
we even get any further, 'cause we got to go back. BMF. When I heard he tapped out, like I didn't even believe it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because the day you did that, I think yeah, the same day you did a badass video of him promoting him. You know what I mean? And I was like, nah, he got a brand new video, not even 24 hours yet. What you talking about?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I don't know if you want to talk about that, like what happened to him on that thing.
Listen, not the, just the. All right, Graham died a week before.
For the
A week, bro. And I always compare him like, oh, he the blue Graham. A lot of people said that too. He looked just like Graham. He just blue. You know what I mean? And the man died a week after Graham died. We
Mhm.
on the way. The dude hit me up. He been coming to do a breeding, but he sent his homeboy down here. We were supposed to do it that morning, but something happened to where we had to wait till about that evening, about to 12 o'clock. So I put him in the car like we always do. We headed to my girl house, my home girl, to do the. She always pull my dogs for me or whatever,
Mhm.
and ship it. She always had the labels and everything. So we on the way to her house. Dude followed me. Babe, open the door. She hush, hush. Dude followed me, and I look back. BMF start like panting hard, like breathing hard, like so. I'm looking like, dang. And then my wife at work, she usually the one go with me, but we done been on this trip a couple times. Like last couple weeks, we've been shipping out. So I'm thinking, he should be used to it. My daughter with me from college, and he started like, so I'm like, man, let me just pull over, get the man some air, and you know what I mean.
Mhm.
See, can I calm him down? When I pull over, pull him out, the man just got worse. He didn't recover. He just started throwing up, and then he laid down, and then he all of a sudden he just blood just started shooting out his nose and his mouth. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Mhm.
my daughter, she panicked and took off running. She my oldest daughter, not like running away
Yeah,
fast,
yeah.
way like it shot the blood screaming out. I'm trying to get a man.
Yeah, that's the
I put my hand all, and I only got one hand. I'm putting my hand all in his throat, trying to keep his airway open. Every
yeah,
man ain't recover, man. You know what I mean? And when you know hindsight is 2020, you realize, oh, I ain't know what went on at the time, but then I realized, man, the man had an anxiety attack. You see what I'm saying?
anxiety attack. Yeah,
Hard, you feel me?
damn.
And it
I said,
was,
yo, I was talking to somebody else the other day that was saying like it's always good to have these dogs with you outside and all of that, but if you don't do it like that on a regular, don't change your routine.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And I think the routine was your wife wasn't there.
I think so too. But the crazy thing is, he hadn't had a panic attack before, you know,
Oh,
in the car. But at that time, I didn't know what it was. The summertime. I'm thinking it's just hot. He just
mm,
hot. Okay. So I pull over and calm him down that day. And then we go on by. I think nothing else of it. I'm thinking, okay, it was a hot summer day. He was just hot.
mm,
Bullies say overheat all the time. So I'm
yeah,
like, okay, I got to be more careful. You know what I mean? But this day, I made sure it wasn't hot. I'm like, bro, if it's hot, I'm not even going to do the breathing. So I'm already knowing it ain't hot because I'm like, okay, I wouldn't even go if it's hot. So it wasn't there. I just maybe like you said, my wife went there, or whatever. And I always play back that day in my head. Like I wonder. We always talk about it. I wonder if you was there, would you been able to stop him? You know what I mean? But in that thing, I think I learned a valuable lesson because I think more so of my wife being there. I think is like if you got a dog like that, free game is put him in a cage in the
yeah,
car.
cover.
Put him in a cage in the car, not just directly in the car on the seat. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think that would have made a bigger difference than anything.
because then you could have throw a cover over it.
Familiarity, his comfort zone, his
Hmm.
cage. You know what I mean? Because dealing with Lex, he'll stay in the car all day. You know what I mean? Now he don't got the same problem his daddy had, but as when he was coming up and young, I made sure to put him in the cage just to see would it be different, and he never had a problem. So,
Problem.
but now he jumped right in the car. We open the door. He ready to get in the car. He just loved the car. You know what I mean? But like I tell people, if you got a dog that's got real high anxiety, try that cage before you stop just saying, okay, I'm not gonna take him out no more. Try putting a cage in the back. You know what I mean? If you got big enough space, and put them in. What I'm saying is put them inside the cage in the car.
Hmm. You know, the thing about it now, even with my boy, I just send him out. He got a couple of readings going down, and know me, like if I'm going to like Tractor Supply, I go into Home Depot, then I'll take him. I don't take him nowhere to get pulled. I pull my own dog, pack and ship and everything one
Yeah,
spot. So it's like I never took him to no show or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I need to do that, but I'm kind of scared about the whole thing that something might happen too, because you know what I mean?
take them to the show if you plan on it. Just spend a couple weekends before that. Take them to Track Supply. Take them
Yeah.
to Lowe's, cause like in Lowe's they got them big forklifts or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
get that same kind of atmosphere that be at the show. So that helps a lot too. Before you take them to the show, because if you just throw them in that show atmosphere, they'll have an
Problem.
anxiety attack the same way.
Mm.
Or some of them don't. Some of them be calm. Some of them be good. You know what I
No,
mean?
this Joker, trust me, he gonna
You gotta
spaz
know
out.
your dog. You gotta know your dog.
I know him for a
Yeah,
fact. Like he's stupid like that,
yeah.
but not calling a dog stupid,
No,
but you know what I'm talking. He get crazy, but you know what I mean. But because this dog will just like if you come to, he got like a prey drive kind of thing about him. You come up to the fence, he gonna break or gonna bark
yeah,
till he flat over.
yeah.
He don't, he doesn't know when to stop.
I prefer my dog like that.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying,
Oh,
stop.
like, oh yeah, stop. Yeah, but
He don't stop.
let me know somebody out there. Don't just not say
Yeah, like right now, like you notice I'm constantly looking across. Right, I'm looking at the cameras to make sure. You know what I mean? But I need to put up wood fence out there anyway. But at the end of the day, man, sorry for the loss, man. I'm just saying, like, he was just a puppy, though. He's not even.
yeah,
He never made it to where he needed made it. You know what I mean?
yeah. He was young.
Yeah, but you had that puppy, you had Lex, and I remember when you post that, that one went viral.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That when it was like
That,
sitting there, yo, that post went viral.
that 4 weeks. You're right.
Yeah.
He started getting
Hey,
lucky. He
hey,
started
hey,
lucky.
put it this way. I'm gonna tell you this.
That day he started getting lucky. In that day,
Hey,
4 weeks.
hey,
So
I remember that. I
4 weeks.
remember that. And I'm gonna tell you this too.
I didn't even want to post that picture because the guy that
I'm gonna
had him.
say this. Me, I was kind of negative about that. Reason being, I
His
was
dad,
looking at the puppy. I was like, man, puppy, they all look good when they're
yeah,
puppy, man.
yeah, yeah.
And then when you post him you post him at 6 months after that or something like that,
Probably, yeah,
and
probably,
then that shit went viral again.
yeah,
That shit went viral. I'm like, nah, that's not it. I think I hit you up on that post. I was like, yeah, that's the same dog. Because
yeah.
then you had as your had him as your profile picture. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, I could take that back. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Dog
I
cleared
remember
out.
after I posted him, I remember seeing posters like, "Oh, people out here photoshopping puppies now." I ain't even take the picture.
Bro, I was saying that.
I ain't
Honestly,
take,
I said as a man to man, I was saying that shit too.
got
You know what
into
I
the
mean?
picture. He ain't know shit about no taking pictures of dogs. He just happened to snap the picture and send it to me. And I ain't even want to post it because I was like, man, posting this picture, man, he gonna mess around and want to pick him for himself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because like he owned it, I co-owned it, Serena with him, and
Mm.
when he bred the BMF, he had first pick. I gave him first pick or whatever. So, and I had my eye on Lex the whole time. He thought I had my eye somewhere else, but
Mm.
he wanted the lilac one. So that's the one he was hell bent on, and I wasn't gonna fight him on it because I wanted Lex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. But question, how did that breeding came together though? Like how? Like how do y'all like they reached out to you or you reached out to them like to do a collab or what? Like how that came
No,
about?
Serena, I produced her.
Oh, what?
Well, I co-owned it with dude. I co-owned her with dude, and he owed it.
Question, was you whelping that litter?
No, he whelped the litter. He's in Texas.
Ah, okay.
I co-own I co-own the female with him, and we tried to breed her to Hellboy like 2 times before that, and she didn't take. So
Mm.
third time, BMF was of age this time. So I'm like, hey, bro, BMF, that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? I'm
Mm.
like, bro, I'm not going to no other stud. Like, I'm not trying to force my hand on you, but listen to what I'm telling you. You don't realize what I'm telling you. BMF, that motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, this is the best dog. Listen, she need to go to BMF. So, and he was at the mercy of me because she hadn't took the first 2 times. And I know how he was thinking in his mind, okay, if she don't take a third time, all right, motherfucker, I want my money back or I want another puppy. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, bro, I already know how you thinking. So let's run the BMF. Shit don't go right. We'll handle it from there. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
30 days later, he called me, excited, ecstatic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Took, boy, this bitch took, boy. I said, boy, it's on. You know what I mean?
How much you got how many puppies you had on that litter?
She had 4.
Or
One died that same day,
damn.
and one didn't make it.
Mm.
Or the next day. I think it might have been the next day, but I know she had 4. 4 males. 4 males. I ain't have a chance to pick a female because in my mind I wanted a female
Yeah.
arena because I had already co-owned out and I wanted a female back off to replace her. But she ain't had no female, so that's how I know it was destined anyway. And then when he was about 4 weeks, I believe that's when BML died when he was around about 4 weeks or something. Or
Mm.
6 weeks. I know it was around that time frame. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think because a lot of people was tapping into your page too, so maybe that's even why Lex went viral. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? But
It's like
everybody love that picture. I could post him anywhere that he go that
that
picture.
was
That one picture right there is gonna
that's
get
dope,
attention. It's
bro.
gonna
I was like, man, every puppy look the same, man.
I ain't even
Until that joke start
I
growing.
the picture I wouldn't know over the dude just sent me the picture. I was like, oh I was like, boy, you not know what this picture finna do. I was like, man, I don't really want to post it. Cause I'm like,
Mm,
man, he gonna see what the people, how the people reacting. He gonna be like, man, I better pick that one first. You see what I'm
mm,
saying? And
yeah,
now me and him was tight. It wouldn't matter. Cause I was like, bro, you can, but I already knew he'd been a snake. You see what I'm saying? I already knew he had to went sour on me. I could
hmm,
tell from our conversation, the people that got in his ear, he done already had made a post previous on Facebook and went sour on me. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So now
yeah,
it's like I gotta get what I need to move forward now, and I gotta do it quick because this dude liable to switch up at any moment. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But quick question though. I didn't want to go too far forward. But yo, let's what you know what? I'm gonna get back to this question. I'm gonna ask you. All right, back up before Lex, back up before BMF.
Okay.
What's the top quality chicks, females that you created? That some of them that we could you off your head.
Well, the one everybody loves is Keela, the Brim.
Keela. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. And Serena, which is Lex Mama.
Hmm.
Goldilocks came off that same litter.
Oh,
Uh,
with Lex Mama and Gola, same thing, same breeding.
Mama and Goldilocks, which is Stacks Mama,
Lex
is
Mama, yeah.
great sisters.
Oh, word.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I always be trying to throw that out there for people, but they don't. Whatever. But yeah,
Mm.
Serena and Goldilocks little mate sisters. Take that how you want.
So yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
then
three
they had,
headed of
and
same
then they
litter.
had a couple more sisters. They had a couple more sisters. I sent one to Chicago on a co-own. He tripped out and sold her to some dude. The dude come back to me saying he got her from the dude. Come to find out, and they had the same name, so it already was. I was skeptical about it. Come to find out, the dude tried to get him to breed the dog, and then he tell me they was gonna finesse me out the paper, whatever he said. Either way, it ain't work. You know what I mean? God had better. God revealed that too easy, so I blocked them. Like y'all go ahead. They tried to swindle. After he fell out with me, he called himself selling the dog and get the dude to talk to me. And cause I'm thinking like God has sent me a blessing like that for the dude that sold the dog and she come back into my life. So I'm thinking it was a blessing. Come to find out, yeah, they tried to swindle me out the paperwork or whatever, but it didn't work.
Since we on this topic, like cojones, man.
Co-owns, yeah.
How like how do you go about that? You go about that just word to mouth, hand to mouth with
Um, at that
like
time, at that time I was doing co-owns, bro. I was kind of looking at it on the outside, looking in, like seeing somebody else do it, thinking, okay, this is a smart strategy.
mhm,
Not knowing how they do their stipulations or whatever. I found out later that they co-own dogs for lifetimes, and I'm only asking for a puppy back, which I
mhm,
don't feel like, it should be more than that. Depend on what you pay. You see what I'm saying? I don't need but one puppy to move my program forward. So
mhm.
whatever another person do, they ain't got nothing to do with me anyway. But me, I don't ask but for a puppy. I can find out, man, people be co-owning females for 2 litters and 3 litters and
Yeah,
lifetime.
yeah, yeah.
The males on lifetime deals, man. I would never hold nobody hostage like that. You know what I mean? But
But the thing about it though, if the you won't do it, the others will do it. But the people who agree to the terms and condition,
there you go.
you know what I mean, because
That's
you want this dog so much, you're willing to go to a lot of trials and tribulation, and
why,
I'm talking about tribulations after tribulations after tribulations. Like
yeah.
they're willing to go through that, and then when they get the dog and realize they can't do it, now it becomes a problem
Mhm.
because people only could do what you let them do. You know what I'm saying?
And see, my co-owns now, people might, because that's why I say I don't speak on really other people. Me, Serena, I sold her for 9,500 plus a co-own. I
Hmm.
still got a pretty penny for her, but I still need something back off of her. So I wanted 15K straight out, but he said he got 9,500 a day. What you gonna do? I said, man, just give me a puppy back, and hell, you can get him.
Good question. The heart of the deal of selling a American Bully. Like, how do you orchestrate you selling your dogs? Like,
Well, mostly,
At least letting up off of that price, like letting up off of that. How do you like break that down in your mind? Like, hey, I'm gonna get a puppy back. Like, make it make sense.
well, it was see that was a Serena was a female, okay, that I already was gonna keep for
Okay,
myself, my own program. That's my first pick. You feel me?
okay, I see.
If you want her that bad, we can
Mm-hmm.
make it work. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I determine my co, which I done made other co-owns that okay, the person might have not had as much money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do a split litter. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it all depends on if I done built a relationship with this person, or this person just come out the blue. I don't know you. You see what I'm saying? And then it was at one time I had like 3 litters at one time, so I was getting them out of here. But I only like co-own like two, Serena and I forgot Jeff Bezos' mama, Daisy, and Daisy I co-owned them. But that dude that got Daisy, he was at me for like 2 years trying to get a dog. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was a dog that she was decent. She was a granddaughter. She was decent, but I ran into some muscle tone stuff, and she wasn't extreme like I wanted. So I co-owned her out, but I still wanted something off her because I knew what she was in her blood. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it depends on if I want to use it in my program. If I want to use it and I want something off it for sure, then I'll try to co-own it and hopefully it works out. Not all gonna work out. Not they all won't work out. You know what I mean? So it's a shot in the dark, basically.
So even this, right? You have a situation where you co-own this dog, but then uh whosoever you're co-own it with had somebody in their ear stalking, like how, and then they feel like they want to do something different than what you all agreed to. How you deal with that?
Well, first, like you say, you gotta know who you're dealing with. But as over time dealing with these people know your your personality and your character, and you gotta be assertive, and you gotta let them know, hey, this is how it is up front. It ain't no switching, talking about when somebody get in your ear. You see what I'm saying? Because that's why I hold the paperwork to ensure that deals all people want to do contracts and cut. Man, if I keep this paperwork, all that other that you can do what you want to do with that dog after that, as long as I know you ain't got that paperwork. Some people might single register or whatever,
Oh,
but
hold on, let me make this announcement real quick. Hey, if you want to interact in the chat, you have to go to Facebook or YouTube. That's the only way you could interact in the chat. If you're on Instagram, I ain't gonna be able to see. I have to be going back and forth the screen, so I would have to click off a screen that I'm at right now, and what you call it, and like check the other screen and go back and forth. It's kind of hard doing that, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to interact, man, go on my profile, go to my Instagram, go all the way up far left. They're gonna be the links for the YouTube and the Facebook. You could click on any one of those. Follow me on Facebook or subscribe to my Instagram, and I mean click the notification bell too, so you don't miss nothing. But that's the only way you could interact on the chat. I have the chat on screen. Once you comment on Instagram, it's not linked into this chat. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get on that, please go to my YouTube or Facebook. Greatly appreciated. Much love. Thanks for your support in advance. All right, Barry.
I'm still here, brother.
Yeah. So go ahead now. What you think? You think? Do you think they say contract is really don't make no sense?
I ain't gonna say it don't make no sense because to each his own, and people, see stuff from different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, I already know like which stuff switching up with the social media, so I can't say they worthless now because usually when you had a message with somebody, that message stay there and you ain't got to worry about it leaving. So that's kind of like your contract right there. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But now with Facebook, got your messages disappearing, then maybe you do gotta do a contract now. But I'm old school, man. I like to deal with people based off their word, bro. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I want you to deal with me based off my word.
If think about it though, based off your word, a lot of things could say that claim that was said that was not said. With a
Mm-hmm.
contract, people could say they have a contract and you signed it, and yeah, that's your receipt. But at the end of the day, sometimes it still don't go nowhere. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Unless someone take you to court, and when you figure out how much you gotta go to court,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Me personally, I think you should register puppies with a contract.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's the only way. Then the registry could withhold the paperwork. If the breeder mess up, then hey, you don't get shit. Or if
Yeah.
you know what I mean, you're gonna lose out. You know, it's gonna be a nice dog without nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I
But
hold that paperwork.
I
That's
don't
my
think the
contract.
registries want to do
That's
that.
my contract. My contract is you get the dog once it's paid for, and I
Hmm.
keep the paperwork. That's the contract. And
Makes
if you done
sense.
paid, and depending on like, okay, you eliminate a lot of problems by not having them dirt low prices. Because people that spend a decent amount of money on stuff, they don't really want to mess it up. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, they don't. They don't. You know what I mean? But
You spend $9,500 on a dog and a pup bag. You want to make sure everything go how it's supposed to go, so you can feel like you got your money's worth.
this again too, Barry. I gotta ask you this: a pup bag, is it depend on the stud that you pick or they pick? It doesn't matter. You give them to create.
Nah, see how it goes is, and people, a lot of people went around like in the beginning. So how it always been is, if I'm reaching out to you, say you got something I want, and I want it by any means necessary, and I'm not in it for okay. I also feel like okay, you got to start here. You got to be dealing with a person who researching, like not just any person. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Elijah, well said.
so when you so when you co-own a dog with the said person, this person should already believe in your vision. You feel what I'm saying? So you shouldn't have a problem. Yes, we're gonna pick it together. I'm not just gonna debo the situation. We're gonna talk about it. But it's kind of like if I go to Con and I wanted a Rocco daughter, and you say, okay, this on co-own, but I want my yard. I trust you. I want what I see. That's why I came to you in the first place because I like
Yeah,
what I see. I wouldn't be over here for no other reason if I didn't like what I see. So by me liking what I see, I trust you to get me what you got that I like. That what I you see what I'm saying?
which is
So
right.
what I look like coming in new blind as hell Chinese can't even see shit because like okay not to say no that ain't no racist shit like I say Chinese because okay if you foreign to it it's like look like Chinese to other
Yeah, yeah, that's
family
what you're saying.
you like you can't read it like what I look like coming in thinking I know more than this man when he the reason why I'm even interested in this shit. You see what I'm
Yep,
saying? So
yep.
it's like, yeah, I trust you, bro. Yeah, okay, pick out a stud. I trust your vision. That's why I'm here. So it's kind of like that. When a person reaching out for a co-on, they should already know in mind, like this come with a criteria of you trusting this person's vision. You see
Vision.
what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people misconstrue it. They get the dog and then they start listening to every Tom, Dick, and Harry and saying, okay, well, since such and such said it, and I can do it on my own. Yeah, bro, but you got to remember at the beginning, before you ain't know nothing, and you trust me, how you gonna want to switch up now? Let's get the deal out the way, and then you can do your own thing. After that, I don't care what you do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but quick question though. All right, they coming in right, and like even the BMF situation worked out perfect. You know what I mean? You did the breeding and all that, but if you look at it this way, if I buy a dog, if I cone a dog with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you expect me to pay for the fee for the stud that you want me to breed to?
See, that's the thing. I told you it's all about who you're dealing with now. See, when we bred Serena to him, I didn't charge him no stud fee.
No, because you're a dog. It's your dog.
I co-own her with you.
But if Barry, if you tell me I got to breed to BMF, bro, you cover the most I'm gonna cover is the shipping.
Shipping and semen.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. That's all he had.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't charging no stud fee.
But
That's
if
why
I'm
I
gonna breed
said.
the Grim now, and you want to breed the Grim,
Now you probably not already paid for the stud credit. Now if you got the money to pay, no, listen, no, listen. If you didn't pay for if you already accumulated the stud credit, now okay. If you say I want to breed the Grim and we're gonna do it together, if I ain't in a position, then what? Then how we gonna do it? It ain't gonna take place no way.
yeah, it gonna
So
take place. But I'm just
yeah,
saying, if
it
you
can't
want to
take
breed the
place.
Grim,
That's what I
the
said.
stud, like, go ahead.
If I wanted to breed a saying I wanted to breed a Grim, either way, I'm gonna discuss it with the other party. Like we should be developing a relationship over this time. See, it's not like you just got it done. We jump to the end and say, "Well, we breeding it." Over this
Well,
time, we should be developing a
all right.
relationship.
Well, a commodity is, you know what I mean? It comes back down on that. But as I'm saying, you said developing a relationship with this person,
Mm-hmm.
right? How many of these breeders like you even really try to? They want to see that dog at a year old. What do you look like? If they want to do some promotion for the upcoming breed, they don't want to see it at 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
How many? How many breeders like you think like you? That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty right here. Like what is right from what is not right. You see what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you sell me a dog and don't talk to me for like 6 months. You just want to see the picture of that dog. That's
Okay.
when you're gonna hit me up.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this right. If I sell you a dog on a co-own, right?
Hmm.
Dog get 6 to 8 months. We co-own this dog.
Yeah.
You take this dog to a show. Before you take that dog to the show, are you gonna contact your co-owner and let them know you going to the show, or you just
I
gonna
got
take
I
it?
got to contact you. I need a copy of the paperwork.
Even if it's a fun show, what if you don't need a copy of the paperwork? Are you gonna contact the co-owner
I
to let
don't
them
need to
know?
contact you. I need to bring the dog out and show the dog. That's my
No, no,
job of
no.
me
Listen
calling the
now.
dog with you.
Keep in mind we co-own this dog.
Yeah, but we got to
Keep
promote.
keep in mind diseases out here.
Listen, Barry.
No, no, no.
If
This is
I'm
what I'm
taking the
saying.
dog to the show, and that's we was, bro. I ain't got it unless I only time I'm gonna contact you unless you got to pay me some money for some of these shows I'm taking the dog to help me promote. But if I'm promoting the dog in the right way, I'm not gonna be hitting you up every show I'm going.
I don't agree with that
Make it make sense.
only because you if I take this dog to the show and this dog catch a sick dogs at the show all the time. If this dog die out of nowhere
I understand that part.
and you ain't even let me know you was even going to the show, you see what I'm saying? Like
But
it's kind of like
well,
I
if you
wouldn't take your kid nowhere
if you're
without
swinging it that way,
if I got your kid and I'm babysitting your kid, I wouldn't take your kid nowhere to no amusement park, nowhere without your consent first.
yeah. But we did a business transaction too. But I understand where you're
The
coming up.
business
If
ain't
I make sure, Barry,
the
if
business ain't
I
done
make
yet though.
sure
The
these
business ain't done.
dogs, hold on. If I make sure the dog is up to date with all shots, everything, bro, my investment is with this dog is to take the dog out there and make the public see this dog so I could promote my camp and promote yours at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happened? It's a co-own. I understand why people don't even like mention that they have a cone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting you know. I got a cone right now. Mike Green from Games Bully and Donna, they probably be telling people that I'm annoying. I send you bro. If I spend $1 on the dog, you see. If I take it outside, you see him.
So
If
guess
I
what?
getting on the raw, you see. You go see everything because at the end of the
So I
day,
take
anything
you.
happen, you don't know.
So I take you as a person that's gonna reach out and say, "Hey, B, we going to the show Saturday, boy. Let people know we're gonna be there."
Oh yeah, if
I
yeah,
take
I'm,
you.
I'm gonna do that, but I don't
I
think I'm
take
obligated to do that,
no,
bro.
not saying you're obligated because you're not, but
Hmm?
just I feel like it's just common courtesy, just common courtesy to reach
Common
out and say,
courtesy, common courtesy. I'm playing my part, 'cause that's definitely not going to be a part of your agreement.
now
Because
if
you
you
don't want me
want
to
it.
just have your dog sitting right here, do
Now,
nothing.
no, yes, but we can't even. I can't even know my dog gonna be there. What if I want to come there and see my dog in person
Well,
too?
that's a different. If we have that kind of relationship, that's why I'm saying the
We,
camaraderie is important.
I done had people buy dogs from me and turn around and tell me straight out, I don't like you anyway. You see what I'm telling you, man? You see what I'm telling you,
What
man?
you
This
say,
ain't
bro?
no. This is my production. Like you said, you want to see the dog updated throughout his life.
Yeah.
But you buy a dog from me and turn around and flat out tell me, oh, I didn't like you for what you said to such and such. I don't like you no way. Like,
Yo, what that got to do?
what? No, what I'm saying is
Yeah,
these.
no, I'm just saying. But what that got to do with you are owning the dog though? Like,
No, that
how
ain't a.
that makes sense?
No, what I'm saying is that ain't a co-own anyway. But if you own a dog straight out, yeah, you ain't gotta. I don't.
Mm.
I don't care what you do with it.
But I'm
Straight.
gonna
If
say
you
this,
buy it
and
straight out.
this is what I believe. I see you said the thing. If I take the dog to the show, catch a disease, and the dog something and the dog something happened to the dog, die or something like that. I'm gonna put it this way. I'm liable to pay for that dog.
Yeah, I understand it. But if you can't afford, what if you can't afford it, dog?
I'm still liable. I take
But
out
I'm
a car,
still.
and if they come and
I'm
take it, and I
out of.
can't afford it, I'm still liable to pay for it, right?
Yeah, that's without the situation happening. Once the person in that situation, and I say, hey, I need $95 more
Well,
because I
listen,
lost out in future, dog.
listen. We gonna work. We gonna work
So
something out.
so
See,
wouldn't it been
just hey Barry, put it this way.
so
We
wouldn't it
gonna
been
work something
easier
out.
if you'd have reached out in the beginning, and if the dog died, then I could say, well, bruh, shit happens. I'm gonna just stick with me, and I'm gonna get you a replacement. Versus, why the fuck you ain't tell me you was going to the show, and now we got a bad relationship. Now,
Well,
which could have been straight across the board if you'd have just said, hey, I'm gonna be here in such and such. But if you'd have took the dog to and the motherfucker died at the show, we would have. It'd have just been easy if we would have just communicated from the jump, and I'd have
most
know what's
definitely,
going on.
most
But see
definitely.
how stuff
I
get.
respect
Not
that.
saying that happened. I'm just throwing an example of how shit can get misconstrued with co-owns. Because instead of a person want to be on that same level, they gonna say, "Well, I ain't obligated to tell you every goddamn thing. I ain't
Right,
obligated to do this."
right.
Oh, you felt all them obligations though when you wanted the dog.
One in the dog. That's what I'm saying. Listen,
Make it
you
make
remember
sense,
what I
like
said to
you
you?
say. Make it make sense.
You remember?
Make it make sense. Make it make
yo,
sense, boy.
yo, you remember what I
Make
said
it
to you,
make
right?
sense,
I said
huh?
to you, people make decision right there when they need what they need, right?
Yeah,
And then they go mad when they got themselves in a situation that
facts.
they shouldn't have been in because you get naive about those situation and got the dog knowing you couldn't stand up to the
Fact,
terms, but you still
fact.
did it anyway, and then it just create a sour taste, you know what I mean, in the community, and then people hearing up people online, you know what I mean.
Let me ask you this: what if you take the dog to the show, fuck all that, and the dog win a ribbon or whatever? And are you gonna even tag the co-owner in the
Yeah,
post?
honest. I listen. I'm gonna say this to you, right?
Yeah.
I was stuck.
See,
No,
that's why I say
no,
fuck that co-own
hold
shit.
on. Let me answer
Fuck
that.
that co-own shit, bro.
A show stud, not even a stud owner, a judge said this to me one time. If you win a champion ribbon, you good. But if you win the best in show ribbon, you need that. You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? Bro
yeah.
say, yo, I need that. And you need to take a picture with the judge, the ribbon, all
See what I'm
that. I
saying?
need that.
See what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying?
But then when you come back to Facebook, if I produce that dog or co-own it, which I expect a tag or something, say
Yeah,
thank
true.
you thanking
That's
everybody, but
facts.
you
That's
thanking the
facts.
show
That's
host,
facts. That's
you
facts.
thanking the show host, you thanking your wife, you thanking your granddaddy,
Hmm.
you thanking your ancestors. You done thunk every damn body, but the person who not put you in a position who helped you. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. It's like it's kind of a fine
And
line. That's why I
I
say,
I was in that situation with my first litter. First litter, I bred to a grand champion blue son. Produced a litter with a like one of the like the bitch. It don't make no sense. But I did it. It was my first breeding,
yeah,
right? Man, when them puppies came out, man, them puppy was lengthy, ugly, and all of that, bro.
yeah,
Bro, I ended up selling the whole litter, bro. Like I'm keeping nothing off. I didn't even
yeah,
want to associate with it,
yeah,
right? I sold this one to that I was thinking about keeping, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let it go for a small key, right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
let it go down to Texas. Yo, this joker sent me a video of the dog in the ring with the best in show ribbon, man. And I'm like, I cool, bam, 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 clapping, yo, bro. You know me with my fake ass. Yo, I know he could have did it. I know he could have did it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yo, you know, homeboy didn't even give me a tag on Facebook, bro.
That's what I'm telling you.
You know
And
what I
it
mean?
make
But
you,
I'm
it
just
made you
saying, I
feel
never
some,
checked in either. You know,
but did it make you feel some type of way?
I felt some sort of way because it was my first production.
I know. See, but
First
guess what?
production.
You only wanted your credit for like your first. It's a production, bro. You
Yeah,
deserve the credit.
it was my first production, and I was like, damn,
That's
man,
like
like,
paying homage to the person who came before you. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Music,
But
they do it in.
I could see why he never reached out. He reached out and sent me a picture, and that, like, if I seen the dog on Facebook, I would have been okay, no problem. But it fact that you send me a picture holding the ribbon with the damn dog, you know what I mean, the ring,
Yeah, and didn't even tag me in the
and
shit.
then never even tagged me. I was
Yeah,
like, bro,
so
you shouldn't even. You
you
kind of hurt
know
my feelings with
I'm
that.
on your brain. I'm right
Yeah,
here on your brain, but you say like, man, fuck that motherfucker. He ain't do
yeah.
nothing. I got the dog. I did all the work. You see what I'm saying? That's how they take it. That's the approach they take.
Mhm, mhm.
But you see, like it don't work that way. Even in sports, music, anything, what they do, pay homage to the people that
Homage.
came before them.
Yep.
Even in music, they do it by sampling
Mhm.
or saying a line that artist said before. And that's how you pay homage to the people that came before you. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
That's
sir. Yes,
all
sir.
it is. You didn't see me get on here and say what I said. I got the dog from Con. Con sent me to this man. You see what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? I didn't spend a dime with Con, but I still mention him because he's the one that led me to the man. It's just facts.
yeah. That's
Why I'm
facts.
scared
Yeah.
to speak the facts. You know what I
But
mean?
I think we have this thing in the bully community. Not even I think in any community where ego takes over,
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean, and the people so interested in get to the quick fame, and even when you get to the fame, you don't want to give homage to the people that actually help you got there. You know what I mean? Not saying you never did no work and you didn't put the work
yeah.
in, but
That don't take
somebody put
away
the
from
work
what you
in
did.
for you
Yeah,
to have that dog, so you could make that step. You know what I'm saying? Get some notoriety, but it's something that we lack. We're very lacking in this community. Very, very, very lacking,
ego,
and it's all because of
ego
ego,
problem,
man.
ego problems. Yeah,
Ego
I
problem.
agree with that. Now, the
You
the
know?
biggest issue in the game is ego problems.
Yeah.
Is ego problems. People judge me based off Facebook posts, and they never talk to me like we talking now.
No,
And
no.
they'll probably see this live and be like, "Man, I thought this motherfucker was a whole different motherfucker." You see what I'm saying?
But look, trust me. I'm gonna say this. Like, that's why I said I gotta people. That's what me personally. That's what I'm trying to take out of the community. That's why
Yeah,
I have in these live where, I didn't just
transparency.
come over here and ask you some drama. I came over here to just ask you your story, how
Yeah,
you
yeah,
came in. People need to know that. You know what I mean?
hmm
You got to put the face to the case. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Facts,
You
facts,
have to. Especially in
facts.
these time where people, you know what I mean? We got a lot of dishonest people out there,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. Like, this guy reached out to me on what you call YouTube, and he was like asked me if I could point him in the right direction. You know what I mean? I was gonna point him in the right direction. I told him like, yo, call me on Instagram, right?
hmm
Wasn't paying attention. He was like, yo, I gotta download a translator on my phone. So I'm like, translator? Dude is all the way from the freaking Philippines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's seen my videos, you know what I mean? And he was just asking me how, like, to set up like something in America to for him to get over it. I was like, yo, y'all got a lot of dogs over. Why not? He was like, you want to bring his own stuff in. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, what I'm saying, like, I want to take those stigma out of the bully community where
Facts.
you could actually know the dude's story, know where it coming from. Sometimes you will know how many times he get burned. You understand why he act this way. That doesn't mean he's a bad
Yeah.
businessman. He just act a certain way because
Yeah.
the shit that he went through. So
Yeah.
don't just judge and talk to him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Right.
Figure out if
Right.
you have to work a deal out. Just like you a lot of people don't even know Barry will work a deal with you
Yeah.
if it makes sense to him, because it got to
Yeah.
make sense to you first.
Yeah.
Got to
Facts.
make sense to both to make it
Facts.
happen,
Facts. I make
right?
deal all the time, man. And you guys, anybody that deal with me, talk to me, man. I'm the easiest one you gonna deal with, especially when it
Mm.
comes to stud owners,
So on,
because
yeah,
I didn't dealt with them personally myself, so I already know how they
bro. Trust me, man. Like,
coming.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I got to give a shout out. There's a lot of good stud owners out here. There's a lot of them. I only deal with, I would say, three,
hmm
and the top one, like, one that went above and beyond, man, was PBK, Production Bullet. You know what I mean? I always have to
Yeah,
give him a. I had two breeding with him in 1 week,
yeah,
and shit just never went well on my side. And he just like, yo, don't worry about it. I'm gonna make sure you get this shit. Dude, throw
yeah,
that shit on the plane when I only paid for 2 PS.
yeah.
So it makes
Look,
sense. You know what I'm saying? When I was gonna skip it, and he was like, nah, I'm gonna make sure you get your shit done. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm like, all right, cool, no
That's
worries.
what's
Same
up.
day I got that.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying, man, so after you start creating these bad females, right? You made these bad females. You know now you got these female produced now
Mm-hmm.
with the stud that with your stud. Question: how did it feel to your own female, your own stud? That's an in-house breeding,
That felt
and you
great.
got Lex.
Yeah, that felt great. You know what I mean? I'm still, living in that now because let's, right here. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a great feeling. You know what I mean? That's a wonderful feeling to produce your own, but you know, it's still me. I don't get too excited in the moment because I still got work to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And it's just I look at 5 years down the road, 10. I don't breathe for now. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
But why I asked you that question though? But now you know
hmm
your stuff produce.
hmm
You know what I mean? You know what you could actually look at your stuff and say, yeah, I'm gonna breed because I need this and I'm gonna get it.
that's a great feeling, and it allows you to regardless of the speed of the game, it allows
Hmm.
you to be able to be
Pivot
calm in
yourself.
your own lane. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
It
so
allows you to
you,
not have to rush and move at the pace of how the game going. Like especially if you know, like you said, I know what my stuff can do. I know what it's gonna give me. I can take my time and actually put some good together just versus taking anything. You see what I'm saying?
quick question: Did you ever did embark on Lex?
No, but I'm about to in about a week or two. He about to turn two in on February the 13th, and I'm gonna get all the OFAs, all that. Yeah, my
Uh,
vet told me to wait till he was two.
2 2 years, yeah. Can you make no sense if you need to? People
Yeah,
do it anyway, but they're like they still gotta go spend again.
yeah.
Uh, this is gonna ask you to with the puppies that you see that he creates, right? You into embark like that? You into it like that, right?
No, I'm not into it. I'm knowledgeable of it, but I don't. I'm not an advocate for it either. I'm not an advocate against it. I'm not an advocate for it. I don't
For it,
really simply
same here.
because I look at shit in a different like. I like. I'm a person that like to do stuff off experience and time. Time tell a bigger story to me versus what that paper gonna say. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And like the doctor give you 6 months to live, and people live 30 more years. Then what? What? Why you ain't die? Why you ain't go ahead and die when the doctor told you to die? You see
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
so, not in that sense with dogs, so to speak, because you kind of trying to look at insight on versus what you're gonna get. Even though you can have two perfectly healthy dogs and get dogs that's not healthy, that's the only reason why I really don't buy into the health
Mhm.
part of it simply
But yeah,
because
not it's not even the health part of it, right? As I'm saying, you see what he produced, right?
hmm
You think he start producing himself with these like line breeding and all of that you do? Because most of them, when I was looking at the pedigree, most of them is like line breeding.
you think what now? What you said? Do I think
I said, do you think like you think he's producing himself or outproduced himself as yet?
outproducing,
So
producing BMF? He
all right,
producing. He's producing himself, Naomi, and BMF. And I can
mm,
show you in every letter
okay.
himself,
So if you had to look at him right now and just off your head, what do you think his COI is at? Like,
COI. It ain't too crazy simply because I feel like his production's telling me that it ain't because he has zero kink tails out of all his litters,
mm,
and the muzzle he's throwing looks like Naomi's muzzle, which she got one of the better muzzles on a female I ever seen. It's
okay,
square to the teeth, and all his productions I see that he got more of a It ain't too snipey, but it ain't. I would wish it was more square.
Square.
But
Okay.
he's throwing that on the puppies. That's why I say he's outproducing himself because he's throwing a better head, and a better muzzle on his puppies. To me,
So, mm, so that's me. You wouldn't say you're too close to our outcrosses yet, or you think you could go more into your yard?
no, I can go more, and I'm at the point where I feel I got a little bit more I can go in this direction, but I'm also want to outcross just for me, for a peace of mind and opening the
But
gene pool.
listen, this is why I asked you that too. Like, 'cause as a breeder, I think you should like you know what I mean you should start because I say you say you're going to do the what you call it the Mborg, and as a breeder, I think you should keep an eye on that too. Like definitely, like if you start thinking about it, if you should like do a outcross,
Hmm.
you know what I mean, and if you plan to do an outcross, like when is you think is a safe time to leave your yard though? Like after 2 3 breeding in your yard, like are you
See,
don't
that's
really
the
put the
thing.
time on?
Oh,
Are you
you
just
saying
wait for
in
something to
general?
happen before?
You saying in general?
In general, yeah.
In general, you only give me a refrigerator out the fridge. In general, like I said, it's gonna go back to experience and trusting your eyes. In general, now if you want to
But
get technical, and in the blind, okay, I go in three, go out, but that don't tell the story. The story comes from those puppies. If that puppy comes out healthy, then it tells me if the whole litter come out healthy. Okay, if I get one puppy that got a kink, cleft, double cleft, and all that, they letting me know right there. Hold up
yeah.
now, some shit going on. You need to. It's
Mm,
kind of like a red flag. Hey, bump, bump,
mm,
check it out.
mm,
Something's going on. Not, I don't care if I got five healthy ones. If I
mhm,
got one that's not healthy, that's giving me a red flag right there. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? Some people take that small puppy and be like, okay, that's just a runt. That's just a. To me, it's telling me a story. You see what
So
I'm saying?
basically, say if your litter not looking consistent no more, hey, it's just time to make a move to a
No, what I'm
outcross.
saying is, if you start getting clefts, kink
Hmm.
tails, that's letting you know the blood is getting super tight. They shrinking down too small. It's called dwarfism. You see what I'm saying? Well, okay, the mama and daddy 14 inches, and the puppy coming out 11 and 10 inches. That's letting you know right there the blood got to be too tight because it's gonna automatically shrink the stock down when you line breed. But the craziest thing about line breeding is that's the only way to lock in desired traits.
That traits, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way. That and inbreeding.
So all right, all right. You're not at that point yet, but you're saying a couple more breedings, you might get to that point. Uh, what are the blood that you think
I'm
would
saying,
keep?
I'm saying I'm at the point of outcross. Remember, because I said I need that.
You
I
did
know I
that. You
need
did
the
say that.
outcross, but I can also go in. But the tricky thing about when got a stud that's tightly line bred, you can get you can do a number of different styles. You see what I'm saying? Once you got that tightly line bred stud, I can get a bitch that's got his blood and take it. I can get an outcross female. You see what I'm saying? You got a
I
lot of
got two
more
questions I
avenues.
want to ask you. Right?
Hmm.
Is it the stud owner to control their breed the dog or who they breed the dog to? If even if you selling a credit,
Say that one more time.
is it the stud owner are responsible for how they breed their stud,
Yeah,
like who they're breeding it to? Even if you're selling the credits, you know what I mean. You know you want to fulfill your customer dream and all of that.
you
But
definitely,
if you go over the pedigree and you look at pedigree, are like, hey,
you
my
definitely, you
boy gonna
definitely,
mess up right here.
you definitely play a part, but at the same time, you don't. Reason why I say that because a breeder told me before. I asked him, "Hey man, why you did this?" You see what I'm saying? Just a simple question. Why you did this like this? No risk, no reward. So in a sense, if I tell a person I don't think this gonna work, I'm kind of stack making that person stagnant. What if it did work? You see what I'm saying? What if they
Yeah,
what?
but Barry, you know who's gonna get the blame though? The stud,
No,
they
no,
always
I
fall back
understand
on the
that.
freaking stud.
No, it's different. The stud get the credit when the litter's good. The female get the blame when it's shit. You see what I'm saying?
Bro, this stud always getting. It's stud
If the
always
fee,
get the shitty end of the stick, bro.
pay attention. If the litter's trash, the female's getting the blame. If the litter's fire, the stud gets the credit. Why you think people always say, why y'all never mention the females? Because when they come out hard, you mention the stud. You don't mention the female just naturally because that person promoting that stud. So, and then they bring to a lot of females. So a lot of times you don't even remember the damn female's name. But your stud, you promote it, so you say, I might say Lex daughter constantly, Lex daughter. So that's that, and it sounds fucked up, but that puppy never get posted if it ain't even like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I see what you say.
that's
I
why
see
I
what you
say the
say.
stud gets the credit if it's good. If it's shit, oh, that
But
female, she can't throw herself. She can do her part. She
but
can
look
do
at
her
all
part.
right, look at this, right? I remember, right? I remember when Golden Child was hitting the scene, and it was, you already know Golden Child went out. Like, you know what I mean? You know, already know what he went out with.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? But the fact of the matter was, some of the dogs was fire. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Some of the dogs was just fire. Each throw consistently fire dogs.
Yeah.
But as soon as you throw a dog that has a weak rear, oh, Golden Chocho a weak rear, but nobody was like Golden Chocho that fire dog over there. They didn't say Golden Chocho that what you call him again? RG2, not gonna say Golden Chocho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I understand that. I understand that too. But that's when your stud reach a certain stature. Certain people gonna come out the woodwork trying to discredit him regardless. But with Golden Child, his owner told me, Sam told me when he was first starting to produce, he was young, 10 months. He was like, man, I should close him because he's really too consistent. That was the first time I ever heard somebody say they stud produced too consistent. But over time, I understood what he meant because I kind of feel that same way about Lex at the moment. You like, I need to get what I need because if before long he gonna knock himself out the box with what I'm saying. Is
Hmm.
what I'm saying. Like Golden Child, practically, even if he wouldn't have died, his price would have been so high, his sons would have automatically got to shine like easy
Exactly.
money because
Hey,
they're at a
I'm gonna
lower
say
fee.
this. I'm gonna say this. I know what Child could do, but when I seen that video, I never seen him in person. And when I
I
seen that
did.
video,
I
Golden
did.
Child, bro, I wouldn't go near him with a 10-foot pole, bro.
That's what a
Just
lot of
because the
people
way it
say.
looked to
That's what
me.
a lot of people say. I say this. I say I wouldn't if I had to do it again, I wouldn't. But am I mad I didn't? No. Why not? Because I got lucky. My female throw her damn self so much in that rear department till he couldn't fuck up
Mhm.
my litter. But it is what it is because he did add traits that I wanted, that I desired, like the double muscle trait. You see what I'm saying?
In and
So
out of tie.
that's why I always tell people. And he weaned out some of the anxiety. Because if you notice, Golden Child offspring, they do well at shows.
Yep,
A
yep.
lot of
That's what
them
I
do.
was gonna say to you.
Brim kids, they got a lot of anxiety. So it kind of balanced it out for me. It did
Hmm.
when I took it to each other. Because I was trying to not eliminate, but kind of balance the mass and the muscle together. Like, because BMF was too big for his own good to me. He had too much mass.
Too
That's kind of
fast.
that too much mass. That's kind of why I feel like he had anxiety attack in the car. He was too big for his own good. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
But
just probably think he got it too fast. I don't think it was too much. It was just too fast for his age.
now because he wasn't being fed like that. That's the thing. It
What
was
you
all
mean?
genetics. I
Man, we
wouldn't.
see you down there making food videos. What are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I wasn't stuffing him. I wasn't stuffing him. That was like 2 pounds. Most people, if you research raw, they feed their dog 3 pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
Three. I was only feeding him 2 pounds. So that's what I'm
Mm,
telling people. People reach out to me all the time and say, what you feed? And I tell them all the time, I feed genetics. You see what I'm saying? Even if I
mm.
send you a recipe, I'm telling you, it's a lot got to do with genetics. Now, BMF, he was just massive from the jump.
Yeah,
That's what
big.
he was like that from the jump. You know what I mean? That's what made me pick him. At 6 weeks, he stood out. He kind of came to the front of the pack and like, you don't see all this motherfucking shit. You know what I mean? So when he caught my eye, that's what made me pick him. And then, but as time go on, you 100 pounds and ain't even 2 years old yet. it's kind of make me think like, it's scary because you can hear the heavy breathing when you're in the car. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it's kind of scary. That's why I purposely bred him to my golden child daughter, and I told you I tried to like balance it between muscle and mass, and
hmm
Lex proportion is what I was going for, like that happy medium. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Lex ain't overdone. He ain't too massive. He ain't too small.
So, all right, since we on Lex though, if you gotta produce Lex, what would you like to see in that production?
Uh,
It's
like I
your
told
dog.
you,
You could, you know
like
what I
I
mean?
told you, what he already doing? The
Hmm?
more square muscles.
No, I'm talking on your yard. If you got to use him back, it makes sense to use him back in your yard again.
Oh, going you, I'm using him for years to come. You know what I mean? So what he throwing is what I want. You know what I mean? Because everything else I done locked in my eyes.
Okay.
So what he throwing? Okay, that bigger head piece, that more boxier muzzle is reason why I'm gonna be breeding to him for years to come. Because I see he throwing what I desire. I wouldn't be breeding to him if he went throwing the desired traits. What I'm breeding to him for if he throwing me snipey brim muzzles. I don't want
Yeah,
that. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Brim is a
understand.
great producing dog, but we all know he throws snipes from time to time. So I got to try to breed that out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see you saying. I see you saying.
And we just
Okay.
talking dogs, so some people gonna get offended when I say that, but it
Yo,
is what it is.
people could do whatever they want to do, man.
You just said you wouldn't
Life is
touch
about
golden
me
child with a.
and Barry right now, and
You
who's
just
following
said
the
you wouldn't
live.
touch golden child with a 10-foot pole.
Now
That
I
don't
won't.
make me feel no damn kind of way.
But
And I got golden child blood in my yard. And I
yeah,
should be upset, shouldn't I?
I'm just saying this to say this. I know what Golden Child done. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I know what Golden Child done. You know what I mean? But after seeing him, I would not touch him, and
Yeah,
that's just fact.
and I
As
respect
I
that.
thought
I
he was a
can't.
dog than that, like a way
I
better. But is he a great tool? Yeah.
great too, but
But
I
me
can't.
as a person that's breeding of with the two dogs in front of me, what I can get off of this to put on this and what I could keep. You know what I mean? That's how I breed.
I told tons of people in the beginning. I screamed it. Hey, if you ain't got a female that's throwing her rear, you better not go near golden child. I told
Mhm.
them that. Even though men sounds cool, you know. What I mean, that was my mentor. Like you asked about a mentor early. I didn't have a mentor early on, but as time went on, and when I got the grim blood, that's who I used to reach out to and talk to all the time, Sam. That's why I
Mhm.
always respected him because he never hid the fact that Golden Child real wasn't all that. He never
Mhm.
hid that to me. He told me straight up. You see what I'm saying? Hey, bro, he ain't got the best rear, you know what I mean? But he a good tool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I couldn't do but respect the man. And so he told me that before I ever used him. So with that information, I still decided to use him because, like I told you, what my female, what I had already seen from her, that's why I say experience mean the most. Because if I hadn't already seen what she told to her offspring, how the hell would I know how she would have did with Golden Child?
Golden Child.
You see what
Okay.
I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, Golden Child rear ain't all that. But this bitch here, she's special. She throw her on every offspring she got in this world. They got her rear. You see what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And that's why I tell you, you got to know your dogs and you got to breed from experience, not from no damn paper good sometimes, a lot of times. But most of the time, experience gonna tell you the big story.
But good question. Since we done that too, you think that paper playing a lot to do people just trying to make pedigrees right now, so it plans on a lot of stuff that people doing right now?
What a lot of people doing right now is glancing at pedigrees because they so used to seeing the same shit in pedigrees to they're not even really reading no more. They see Golden Child, they see Brim, they stop right there. I already know what that is. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of
Yeah.
people ain't even reading pedigree. Only a select few, and you'll know them when you talk to them because they'll start throwing up dog names that you won't even know they recognize. And they'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, how you did this, such and such, such?" And you be like, "Oh, motherfucker, what you doing? How you see all that?" You see what I'm saying? I ain't used to people seeing all this, so
Yeah.
you'll recognize them kind too. You see what I'm saying? But the ones that say, "Oh, all pedigrees the same these days," then you know they ain't really, really, really looking at the pedigrees because they
Well,
all can't be the same. Yes, they got
it's
similar
Yeah,
Studs. They got the similar syndrome, stud syndrome. Yes, but you gotta take in accountability of them females. Every
most
female
definitely,
is different.
most definitely. So, hold on. But yeah, so you think, but you don't think that's all right. If you do a breeding right now, right? And what the heck? Yo, I guess we lost Barry. We lost Barry. Let's see if he gonna jump back in. Phone probably died. He's back. He's back. He's back. Yeah, yo, we lost it
You
for a
cut off,
minute.
my boy.
I don't know
Thought
what
you hadn't
happened.
hung up. Goddamn, my boy, I'm talking too real. See, that's why I don't be doing it. See? I'm just fucking with
Yeah.
you. No, I'm just fucking with
All
you.
right, bro. So
I'm just fucking with you.
if you go back to say right now, Barry want to do a breeding, and okay, we going on outcross. What blood you
Barry
see
never
out there
tell
these
you.
days?
Barry never tell you. Barry never tell. That's the closest motherfucker to me. They don't know what I'm gonna do next. I don't do that. Hell no. I ain't talking about no breeding
Yo,
simply because I don't.
consistent.
No, listen. I don't discuss breeding simply because them bitches don't take is irrelevant. So I like to. Once it
Mm.
confirmed, boy, I tell you
Then we
everything
talk.
you want to know about this motherfucker. But until then, I don't discuss no which way I'm going, no none of that. You'll never know which because I done did breedings and the motherfucking puppy dog. I mean, the dog killed a whole litter, and then you see motherfucker do the same down there, the similar breeders with the little mate sister that you did. You see what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
learned to
yeah,
keep my
yeah,
mouth the fuck shut until
yeah. I see.
uh-uh.
Yeah. All right. Once the breeding go down, I'm suggesting that it's close.
When it confirmed, nah, you don't know. You ain't gonna know what it is. You never.
I'm not suggesting that the breeding is about to happen or it's confirmed or it's not confirmed yet, but it did it already
No,
a couple
I ain't
months.
did no. I ain't did no breeding, but you'll never know when I do a breeding. I ain't did none though, but you won't know when I do, and you won't know how close or how far away that motherfucker is. Nobody does, and
All right,
everybody get
all right. Put
mad
it
at
this
me.
way: want to
Everybody get mad at
confirm?
me for this simple conversation. Hey, man, well, you like you can't, bro. I don't discuss it. Like
All
I
right,
just don't.
listen. When it confirm, man, we're gonna come back on and we're gonna talk about why I did that breeding, man.
Oh hell yeah, you know that's when we can talk.
Yes, sir.
That's when we
Yes,
can talk
sir.
about a breeding then. Cause I got my rocks off then. I'm good. I'm good. I got
But
me.
yeah,
I'm
man.
good.
But question now. So let's go into this topic now. How like you people in the community, as I'm saying, it's really important for us to have this conversation and get to know the breeder, the man behind the keyboard, the man behind these dogs, the man that or the woman. Not saying all the men do it, but anyway, or the woman or the man behind these camps, right?
Yeah.
Very important. Because me talking to Barry right now, for myself, I heard, oh, homie's a cool dude and XYZ, you could have conversation with him. But me, I already asked you, yo, what's off the board and what's not on the board? He was like, anything's on the board, man. We're
Damn
gonna
right.
talk dog, we're gonna talk whatever we need to talk about. All right. That's what I'm saying. This conversation again is very important to have.
Mm-hmm.
How does Barry give a critique and then it blows out of the proportion, or you think it does blow the proportion? People might think you're beefing, or because 90% of the time I don't get that from you. I already told you how I feel about the whole situation already.
Yeah. See, people take it as trolling just to make themselves feel better. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because a lot of times people done already invested in these dogs. You see what I'm saying? So it hurts to hear somebody. Imagine if I had Golden Child locked in and I ain't done the breeding yet, and you said what you said. I'd have been like, it might have made me like, damn, man, this man hate just. Mama might say, oh man, that man hating just to make himself feel better about the money that they spent. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I take it as when people say, oh, he trolling, he this and he that. Man, I already know people desire to have their ears tickled. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You want to hear good information. So anything that's conflict with that, you kind of have a hard time digesting. And the easiest way to digest it is, oh, he's just trolling. Because I done heard many people, plenty of times I just make a statement and people be like, oh, are you for real or are you? What the hell I'm saying it for if I'm lying? I'm not just going to throw no lies out there. I'm telling you something from experience and from facts because I don't speak on shit I don't know about. You see what I'm saying? So if Barry speak on it, you better know he got some inside information because most of these people they send me the shit and be like, I'll be like, hey, bro, why you won't post this shit on your own page? Hey, man, you can't troll. But they'll never even jump on the post and comment on the shit. You know what I mean? They'll just watch from a distance and watch people call you all kind of one-armed motherfuckers and all kind of stuff. And they won't even come in and say, hey, man, this is such, you know what I mean? This is what he ain't lying, such and such. They'll just let you sink with the shit. So I didn't learn to even not even entertain that no more. Like, bro, post the shit yourself if you want people to know, cause they already gonna look at me as the bad guy anyway.
But yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? They
As
don't
we
take it as
go.
I'm trolling. I'm trolling. So guess what? I had to start telling myself, shit, let me breathe to the fucked up rears. Your dog got a good rear here. They gonna have to come to you eventually. So get
Makes
what?
sense.
I'm gonna
Makes sense.
shut the hell up.
Makes sense. Makes
I'm gonna
sense.
shut the hell up. Cause
Makes
get what?
sense.
I'm the bad guy when I talk anyway. So
But
it's best for me to just be quiet.
I just say that though. But you think constructive criticism is a thing no more? Like you
No,
can really not say
no,
nothing no more.
no. That's like you telling a person, hey man, like see me, I've been a I grow coach. I've been a coach coaching my kids, and I let my kids know if you trash, you trash.
More
You
like
ain't shit, you ain't shit. But most people take it is you say something about their kid, bro, they'll fly out the handle. They can't take it. You see what I'm saying?
makes sense.
Everybody, everybody want to be. I don't know if they want to be blind or want to be like feel good or whatever, but like I guess people a lot of times people don't want to have to admit they faults in they shit and have to start over. I guess me, it was always easy for me to just say, you know what, I'm gonna start over, versus me keep trying to build upon something that ain't going nowhere. But that's just me, and I know everybody different. That's why I said it's like it's kind of a thin line with critique these days. It's called trolling and it's called whatever hating or whatever. It ain't called critiquing no more. So yeah, that's a thing of the past.
True, 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 true. But all right, so since we get that out of the way as well, if for all the years that you've been doing your thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
For you to get where you're at these today, I know you made some mistake along the way and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
as we said. But if you have to go over and do everything over again, like what's a route that you would take or have like as what you'd have to tell people that you would this is the way you would do it.
Well, I tell people this: don't hand over puppies directly after a C-section. And the reason why I tell people that is because the motherfucker ain't told me, and they knew better, and they ain't tell me no better. I tell myself, don't hand over them puppies directly after no C-section now, because they gon' the mama kill the puppies. It's something with that medicine. It's something with
Hmm.
that medicine, bro, that don't agree with their system. To where you better monitor them puppies and feed them yourself for the first 48 hours.
Yeah. Put it this way, I feed my own puppies. The mom don't even see them after I get them.
Yeah, that's to each his own. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me, I
So
like for the mama to do her thing if she can, but if she can't, I have no problem with doing it myself. You see what I'm saying?
when I do it myself, it goes through fast, and I have a system that works. You know what I mean?
Reason why I don't judge people because man, I lost a whole litter. Shit.
Mm.
And within 30 seconds of getting home from the vet,
You ain't give them no what you call it, no plasma. No, you don't use plasma.
oxytocin, gave them oxytocin and all,
No plasma.
didn't give them no plasma, but I was still young in the weapon process, so I'm thinking in my mind she'd have had a little before, and it was everything was good and fine, and she ain't do no stuff like that, so it wasn't on my mind honestly. But when you're dealing with a stud owner, I feel like if they care anything about you or your litter or they dog's production, they should at least throw a hen out there or something if they know. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But it is what it is. You know, it was a costly lesson I learned, but it
Yeah,
was a lesson nonetheless. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
And
Makes
reason
sense.
why I know it was that medicine is because after the dog killed him, 2 days later, she
She
started
looking for.
searching for him. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah.
That would let me know. Uh, uh,
Yeah. Might snap
light
back.
went off. Like, oh,
Back to
that must
reality.
be. That had to be that damn medicine. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say. That's why I tell people experience is the best teacher
The best
because
teacher.
that's what taught me. You see what I'm
But
saying?
but
But I
question
try
though.
to. I try to let my people avoid all that. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
want my people.
that's what that's what I'm gonna say too. You said experience is the best lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think every breeder should have that experience, but
Facts.
some just don't listen though.
No, some don't listen. A lot don't listen because I done told people, stuff, and they'll be like, they think I'm ODing. Like, oh, you doing too much. You know what I mean? Like, bro, it ain't that serious. You know what I mean? And then when it go wrong, they like,
Damn, it was that serious?
you. Why you think I told you? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you from experience. You see what I'm saying? But everybody, like you said, everybody ain't gonna listen because they gonna think you doing too much or you overdoing it. Oh
Yeah,
man, he just want to think he know it all. You see what I'm saying?
that's
I be
what I'm
like,
gonna
hey,
tell.
bro, don't
When
let
I,
the puppies lay on their chest.
yep,
Don't let them lay like that because they gonna develop swimmers.
swimmers.
You
Yep.
gotta build some. You gotta do this, and then they'll send a picture later on, and I'll be like, "Hey, bro, the puppy is still laying on his chest. Like, please move. You know what I mean?" And they'll be like,
Yeah,
"Oh
roll
man,
them.
oh something wrong with Barry, man. This motherfucker crazy, man. He's just doing too
Like,
much."
like I
And
tell
don't
people,
realize, bro,
the first 2 weeks,
that's
when
the
the
most
puppy is not
critical.
moving around, I have that foam they use in studios.
That's the most critical time in their development, bro.
That's why I use that foam in the
That
studio. They got
phone,
some
yeah.
grooves in it.
Anything that foam or like the thing you put in the drawers in your forks and stuff like with a
Yeah.
thing on the bottom or your shower with
Mm-hmm.
the bottom of the rug, like
Yep.
turn it upside down, anything like that. But if you got them on that slick surface, man, if you got them on covers, that's decent. But you got to build like
Hey,
mounds for them to crawl over, and that'll help them too.
hey, a viewer just asked this question. It's from your experience, what has been the best routine caring for a litter within the first 2 weeks?
First 2 weeks, the best routine is the mama,
The mama,
but
right?
you got to make sure first couple of days, like okay, I hold them myself on the let them
Look
milk
'em.
or whatever, and then take a baby wipe and
Yeah.
uh
Stimulate.
stimulate on myself versus letting her see if she ready yet. Okay, and then okay, a couple of days go by, then with that wipe, the whole time after I finish with her, I'm gonna get it to the mama, and once that mama take that that feces, and once she lick it and her mouth start trembling, I noticed that like they'll start trembling, like the
Mm.
mother instantly is kicking in, you know what I mean? And that's been my best method, you know what I mean? Like staying hands on. But after the first couple of days, I kind of want, if the mama can, I kind of want her to handle them much as she can herself because that's
Mhm.
gonna be the best for
All right, that's a question, bro. Answered. But yeah, yeah, as I'm saying, man, I just do tube feeding, man. Like I just find it, I get more rest. The dog,
it's each his own to each
yeah,
individual. Yeah.
you know what I mean. And it just worked out perfect for me. I could manage your litter. But
Yeah.
you were saying something?
Mm-mm.
But
I was saying
yeah, like at the end of the day, man, I tell everybody too, you got to create your own routine with the dogs. You know what I mean?
that's why I say
Like the
experience.
first litter gonna tell you what you need to do next and what you gotta clear up on next. Like if you're not watching what you're doing in the first with the first litter, you know what I mean, you ain't supposed to be whelping. Put it that
That's
way.
what I'm telling you, bro. Like that's why I say experience. Motherfucker,
Hmm.
you can read all the pedigrees in the world, but if you don't got no experience with weapon, that breeding didn't mean nothing because you lost them all. You see what
And
I'm saying?
lost them all. Yep.
You lost them all.
Lost them
So
all. Very so quick
experience.
question. So you think for as a breeder, consider yourself as a breeder. You should be whelping your own litters, or you find any this thing in that where people be paying people to whip litter and
I
thing?
can't, I can't say that because people got jobs, people got families.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's situation is different. Everybody is not able to take away from their full time job to whip a litter. That's why in the beginning, what I stated was the most important. That team.
Team,
That's
yeah.
why I tell people I start with that team first, that wife and them kids, and then we can go forward because everybody ain't fortunate to be home all day with them dogs. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't take away from no breeder because he ain't whip his own litter. Now, if you ain't whipping your own litter and you're capable and your litter go sour, then of course people gonna talk shit. That's it. Just makes room for people to talk shit then. But at the same time, I don't knock a man for paying somebody to whip his litter. If you can't do the job, pay somebody to do it better than you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
because I think retaining as much puppy is saving a life too. You
That's
know.
all I care about. Them puppies living.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Mm-hmm.
did it and who the master behind it, I can care less. Is them
Most that,
puppies living or already dead? That's all I give a
as
damn about.
long as them puppies get a few life, you
If
know,
you if
get
you
a few
paid
shot.
an extra $1,000 to ensure that and to sleep at night, how can I knock you for that? You see what I'm saying?
True. All right. Let's go back to this question. How does Barry put together a number on a puppy to get into getting a puppy with somebody? How you put a price on it?
Uh, I put a price on it based on how my productions turn out, how my older productions turn out from experience. Again, once again, experience the best teacher. If I know my shit got the ultimate stuff and the sauce that people loving and they turning out, it'll be crazy for me to give it away. You see what I'm saying? Like it creates its own value. So once again, experience creates its own value. Like you gonna know. I already know. I can talk certain ways because I know from experience, not because I'm a psychic, because I sat here and watched the damn puppies develop time and time again. You see what I'm saying? So
Most definitely.
experience was the only thing that taught me anything. It wasn't me looking at the pedigree. Yeah, the pedigree looked good. I want my pedigree to line up too. But the COI and all that didn't get me nowhere because I haven't started that process yet, which I don't knock it either. That's why I say I'm not with it nor against it.
Yeah.
Because I ain't done it, but don't mean I'm gonna tell the next person they shouldn't do it. You feel me? Because if you feel that's what worked for you, then that works for you. I'd rather go off of I experience.
So as you mentioned like COI, it's a question I should ask you. Do you have a problem when people call in and ask you, hey, what's the stud credit? When you give them the stud credit, give them a stud fee, they'd be like, what's his COI? What's his Imborg? You get that kind of problem?
Me, I ain't got that problem. Well, I didn't, kind of had people health testing, but what I take it as reason why it don't bother me is because I always tell myself people are always looking for a reason not to lock your stud in. You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
those kind of questions don't even bother me because you when you looking at anything, you still got a voice. I don't care if you buying a car, you still got a voice in the back of your head saying, is this a good deal on you know what I mean? So you kind of already looking for issues. Is something wrong with the transmission? Is something wrong with the motor? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I feel like people tap in looking for a reason not to lock in before they lock in. But a person that studied your program and has seen your productions, I feel like, they going if they got the bread and the time is right, they're gonna lock in regardless. You know.
most definitely, most definitely. So in this where we going like see because you haven't been to much show lately. You said because there's not much show in your
Nationals. I went to Nationals. National was
yeah.
just a couple months ago, yeah.
But seeing any other show where like where people could come out and put hands on me.
Well, we went to a couple shows in the beginning of the year last year, and then we went to Nationals, and I plan to come out in March, hopefully, in
Where?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, hopefully Jacksonville,
Yeah,
Florida.
I'm gonna be down there too. You might got to give me another interview on the spot.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I
Yeah,
told you if it's close, I'm trying to get there. If it's ABKC, I'm trying to get there.
Yeah,
But
most
I need
definitely.
to start making the other shows too, though.
Big question as well. What
In
are you
March,
thinking about
oh
the
my
show
bad,
these days? Huh?
not to cut you off, but we'll be in South Carolina, Newberry in March. It's a show. I don't think it's ABKC. I don't really know what it is. It might be BRC. I don't know, but we'll be
Hmm.
there too though,
Yeah.
because it's
Okay.
one of my close
As
people
the
around
shows go along, you notice like, 'cause me personally, the explain that I got from Bashard about this, he said the buildings are getting bigger and less people. It's not less people, it's just the buildings getting bigger. What do you think about that? Because the
there.
show's kind of looking scanty
Boy,
now.
Bashar's a good talker. Bashar's a good hustler. But the buildings ain't getting bigger. The crowd's getting smaller. Of course, the crowd's getting smaller. They're supposed to get smaller. Times are harder. Shit costs more.
Hmm.
Gas costs more. Less people in the bullet breed that really know enough to go to shows and all that. Like the trajectory done changed a little bit. You got a lot of newcomers coming in and a lot of people leaving. So and then you got a show every weekend. So that's gonna shorten your crowds. Anytime you got more product with less demand, you gonna see a shortage. You see what I'm saying?
But
Like
all right, say you say that you just said that right now. I don't see jungle having that kind of problem.
that's what I'm telling. That's why I say it ain't the building. It's the
Huh?
people. Jungle gonna bring them out regardless. That's why I say it ain't the building. Hell, you can go on a football field. The jungle gonna look like they got a crowd. That's why I say it ain't the building. It's the people. He got a lot of following, but at the same time, he deal with a lot of different style of dogs. See, the ABKC shows you don't got them exotics and all that, so you gonna shorten your people out off of that tip too. So
See.
like it makes a lot of sense. Reason why the shows ain't pumping like they used to. People ain't even confident in the damn judges no more. So what they look like going to spend their hard earned money, and people think it's cheap. Man, you gonna spend every show you go to. You better have at least $700, $800 to $1,000
Yeah,
to
even
play
if that
with.
show's local to you.
To play with. That's your handler. That's the
Hmm.
shows you gotta enter. That's the gas money. That's the food you gonna buy them high ass vendors. That's the beer you gonna drink. You so you gotta think about it. Motherfuckers ain't got the money they used to have. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Times are
yeah.
difficult. Times are
But
more difficult than they was.
yeah,
COVID had people with all the money in their pocket and they looking for something to do.
hold on, bro, hold on, because now this is why I'm gonna disagree with you on that.
Go ahead.
Before COVID, the show was great. The
No,
shows was
it
great.
was. It was, but at the same time, that's why I said the trajectory changed. That was before you had a influx of new breeders, and you had more people that was, like I said, that had a knowledge. You even know what the show was about. That's why I said the trajectory changed. Like you got a lot of people leaving while you
That
got a lot of people entering. And the people that's entering is gonna take them a while to learn that part of it to even want to go to the shows. You know, you're gonna be intrigued at first, but then you go like, okay, I gotta at least have something to go with. You see what I'm saying? So
true,
it's gonna
true.
take the new people a couple years, I think, to catch on and say, okay, I got something worthy enough to go to a show. Especially when times hard, because if times were hard, then you'll just show it regardless. But when times hard, you start thinking about all kind of stuff you can do with that money. You see what I'm saying?
Like
Versus
makes
go to
sense,
a
makes
show.
sense, makes sense. All right, since we finished with that topic, but you be online, you're seeing the dogs that's right here in America, and some of the dogs you see that's overseas, like the Philippine. I don't know if you pay attention to that.
Oh yeah, I pay attention to it.
What do you think about the dogs overseas, man? What you be seeing as what you could judge from what you could judge from the camera.
I don't know, but for some strange ass reason they change when they come to US. That's all I know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what kind of camera they using. But a lot of times them dogs looks change when they come to the US. I don't know if it's Photoshop. I don't know if they feeding regimens different than ours, they water different or what. But a lot of times those dogs change. That's from my perspective, in my opinion. But I also feel like the American bully, you know, should be it's in America. It's made in America. So I like the shop in America for my American bully, but I don't mean I'm opposed to
Yeah.
outside either because I have productions outside of the United States. You see what I'm saying?
But quick,
Outside of America.
you don't think you don't think some of these not some yeah some of these American bully breeders here in the United States, you don't think some of them be lacking though, bro?
Lacking as in. knowledge or feeding or
knowledge general and just ego in general and all of that,
of
and
course.
just
I
creating
mean,
bad business for other people.
in what sense you mean they lacking, like pertaining to the?
Productions
So what you saying is you saying versus the international studs, like when they use them, or just in general?
in general,
Like you
like
saying the production's getting worse in the U.S. and it's kind of making
yeah,
it
it's
hard for
just picking up
everybody,
overseas.
and it's kind of making it hard for everybody. Is what you're saying? Like I feel like like when you look now, me personally, I feel like when people make posts about they looking for a female, and I look on the post,
I hate that, bro.
I'm saying I don't see shit worthy of buying.
But I hate that part though. Even when you
But
make a
that's
post that,
not. But see, you thinking about the stud post. Oh, I'm looking for a stud, and I
yeah,
got a female that's about to come in heat. I'm not. I'm talking about the part when they want somebody want to buy a female, and they
mm,
like, I got 4,500 to 5,000 to spend, and you look in the comments and you don't even see a damn female worthy of buying. Is what
yeah,
I'm saying. Like, so it tells me right there why the quality is here now. It seems like we're headed in the wrong direction.
yeah, I think
That
so.
makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
I think so. And the reason I think so, man, I think overseas people they love it more than we love it now. They love these
I can
dogs
see
more than
that.
we loving it. You know what I mean?
I
It's
can
like
see
there's
that.
no love in it no more. Like, you know what I
And
mean?
they got the funds to keep up with it. To
And they
keep
got
up
yeah, they got the funds.
to
But
keep up
I
with the
wouldn't say
feeding.
really because when I was talking, I got this interview coming up with this dude from the Philippines, and I got one coming up with a dude from Belgium as well. And he's basically what they telling me like it's very expensive to import these dogs. And I mean, it's not
Oh,
a
it's
lot of
very
people
expensive.
could what you call it keep up with this.
Yeah.
And they try to make it work. Even in Russia, they have this one Russian lady that I'm talking to. Like the only reason I haven't did the interview yet. We need a translator. You know what I mean? But I'm saying this to say like I think it's not even about the money for it. They're gonna spend. It's just like in America. You have people that are gonna spend the money, but they don't trust the breeders. They don't trust a lot of stuff about people. And even from overseas, like they don't want to spend their money and their dog don't arrive, or you're gonna come over there and be a nightmare. The dog having walking issues and all of that. You know what I mean? So that's the reason I'm asking that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think they got more love. Like they have more love for the game than what we have over here. You know what I mean? Which is a product that we create. It's like Ford. American love Ford. They love Chevy. You know what I mean? But other people appreciate it more than us because we could walk out it and walk into another one easier. And that's just my point on that.
I mean that make a lot of sense. I can't take none away from that. It's but honestly, if I'm honestly speaking, I think I've seen let me think. But I think I've seen more dogs not look the part coming from out of the country versus coming leaving the country going elsewhere. I don't know if it's because more people buy out. I mean, export than import. I don't know, but I can feel that on like the trust. Is a lot of trust fucked up, egos, everything. Man, the game is all over the place. And then, like you said, a lot of times, like I have people reaching out to me from overseas, and a lot of times it's the shipping shit that stops the deal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand
So,
that part too. Because the
so
shipping,
it's people reaching out for quality, and I don't know if another breed them give them a better deal. Like, hey, I just do it just for the publicity, or what? But my deals. I'm just saying for me personally, a lot of my deals been stopped from shipping, like semen shipping costs and shit like that.
I shipped out. I shipped out like when it was last week Thursday. I shipped out. 'Cause the rate just went up even shipping semen. I shipped some frozen over for somebody over there in Kuwait, and
Hmm.
that should almost cost almost $1,500, man.
That's what I'm telling you, and that's why I say I don't
I'm
know if
like,
certain
wow.
breeders like waiving the stud fee and let them pay that just for publicity. I don't know, but You know, the ones I ran into, I tell them the stuff is like 2K, 2,500, excuse me. And then they ask you how much the shipping, then you reach out to a shipper and they tell them another 2K. It's like, God, you at 5,000 before the breeding even take place. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I still believe there's people out there that's gonna pay once they know that's what they really want. You know what I mean? Because it's still
Makes sense.
dog getting shipped over
Makes sense. Makes sense.
to trap. They still getting used. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So as I'm saying, almost damn, it's over 2 hours. We're gonna wrap it up soon. But if you have one message, you gotta, 'cause, you know what I mean. You practical experience it all already. I don't know what else gonna come for you to experience, but I think you experienced it all already. If you gotta have one message, you gotta leave to like a new breeder that's coming into this community right now.
Yeah.
What's the one advice that you would like? You want to drop that game on him, like, yo, no sugarcoating. This is what it is. This is from your perspective. From your perspective, what you would like to put out there to the newest breeder coming out.
Newest breeder. It's simple, bro. It's gonna sound cliche or whatever, but you got it's vital. Unless you want to do and take all the time and the years it took me, you want to get you a mentor, straight up. But somebody you trust, not just anybody, somebody you build a relationship with over time, not just somebody one day and you say, "Oh, you're gonna be my mentor." Nah, really do your research, really watch them, talk to them. You're gonna know a person when you talk to them enough. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say it's all about time and building relationships because over time, I mean experience. Because over time, you gonna know the real. Like a person can only hide who they is for so long. You see what
True.
I'm saying? And so my most critical advice is get a mentor because I see so many breeders cannot see visual flaws. Like I see it too many times a picture posted and people it got so many comments, so many likes, and I'm looking at it like, wow, like can y'all not see this for real? Like, is it really that hard for y'all to see this? Like these visual flaws, these ain't flaws that's hidden. These are visual flaws. And these people are asking for the ped, asking for the stud fee, like they damn near breaking the dough down for problems. They
Mm-hmm.
kicking the dough in for problems. Remember that. People, you can't blame the stud owners no more. People are now choosing this on their own because they visual flaws these days, and people are still picking it for their program. And then you see the puppies. You won't see the puppies, but after they 8 weeks, 10 weeks, you won't really see them no more until they can hide that shit again at 10 and 11 months. You see what I'm saying? So my most precious advice for anybody is get you a solid mentor.
All right. Since you say mentor, how do you explain how to pick a proper mentor for you? Like, how do you go about that?
Watching, asking questions, not being quick to the trigger, not just jumping in because you think you see they got a big following. Actually, spend time and see if a person is even willing to talk to you without you spending no money with them.
Yeah,
That kind of gives you an insight on what type of person that is right there. If this
yeah.
person willing to sit down and have a conversation with you or talk to you without you ever spending a dime with them, chances are they might be a decent person for you to deal with. You see what I'm saying? Because a
Mhm.
person 9 times out of 10 these days in this dog game, if you ain't spending no money with them, they don't really want to talk to you.
That's what's up. But
And
quick
even if
question.
I don't feel like talking, you know what I mean? I might, because I don't always feel like talking, but when people reach out, I try my best
Make it happen.
to respond to them and give them if I can't answer, get somebody that can, you know what I mean?
Okay, cool. So, because my experience was my dad always telling me this, like, yo, if you want to mentor some, always find a person like if you even like you said the dog, you want to breed excels, find the person that breeding the vision, like the dog like that you want,
Yeah.
and that's the person you got to seek out
Mm-hmm.
for the help from. You know what I mean? But always make sure they're on the same level. Like, yo, this is a mentorship. You know what I mean? And you gotta always open for the yes and the no.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Follow the, but don't be an idiot to it either. You got to follow. He was saying like you got to follow them, their lead at a certain point, but don't
If
be
I
an
was
idiot towards it
about
too.
co-owns, does the piggyback off what you're saying about the co-owns? If you tap in for a co-own, you should trust my lead. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of
Hmm.
the same way. Like I don't want a co-own from a person that ain't got no knowledge in breeding, or I'm just want a dog just cause. So when you seek out that person that with that co-own, times out of 10, if they dealing with you on that level and you having a conversation with them, you know if they're a good mentor for you or not. You see what I'm saying? Or they just an asshole that wants you to do everything they way. But it
Yeah,
starts with not let you, and then in a bigger crooked thing, you can't be listening to everybody. That's what a lot of people make mistakes.
facts,
Talking
facts.
to you can't do that because you don't know how that person feel about such and such and such and such, and then if you listen to too many people, you're gonna be scrambled anyway. You know what I mean? You can't have too many people in your ear, especially if you got to deal with that man and a co-own. It's best to work it out with that man. Don't be running to social media for opinion because your business is with that man.
Yep, it always make the situation worse. You know what I mean? Because now the deal was behind closed doors. When y'all make that
So,
deal, then everybody's in have something to say. Then you got, what I mean, you got two grown ass seed men, like he's but hurt, you but hurt,
nasty. They fuck
but hurt is not the same
nasty
shit.
to say fuck it, right? Versus us coming into a solution. Now
Yeah.
that you put it in public, it's easy for us both to say fuck it.
Yep.
If
True.
everybody
True.
in it, fuck it. You see what
True.
I'm saying? Deal
True.
with it behind closed doors.
Makes sense. The deal was struck behind closed doors, so make it make sense. That's it.
Yeah.
But as I'm saying, man, yo, Barry, I'm glad you came on, bro. You know what I mean? I'm glad I reached out to you and you came on and talk your thing, you know what I mean? Tell your story and where you at and where you coming from, you know what I'm saying? But yo, I appreciate it, bro, that you came on and do your thing, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Blessings, man. So give me an intro out, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you bringing me on, bro. Hey, young guys are bullies, baby. I appreciate you bringing me on.
And this is not gonna be the first nor the last either, so
And
look out.
I'm always down to have a real solid conversation. I tell people all the time, man, I could talk dogs all day if we ain't butt hurting bias. You say what you feel about a dog, that's how you feel.
Yeah,
I say how I feel, that's how I feel. We don't gotta dog each other out because we got different feelings and different opinions. You see what I'm saying? It
most
is what it
definitely.
is.
Most
Dogging
definitely.
each other out and making enemies ain't the way. When I came in this game, bro, like I told you, it was all camaraderie. We all at the same show. We should be out there together, grilling on the grill, drinking
Hmm.
some pills. You know what I mean? Smoking some
Yeah.
good if we do that.
Hmm.
Eating some steaks and chilling. That's what it should be about. The
Most
dog
definitely.
at the end of
Most
the
definitely.
day. The dog. Don't look at a person and say, "Oh, I won't use their dog because this." You think when I listen to an artist or like LeBron James, do you think I worry about what he doing in his personal life? That ain't got nothing to
Negative.
do with me.
Negative.
Feel me? If you got something I want, I always been that person. You got something I want, I'm gonna get what I need because me personally, I'm gonna take it and make it my own anyway. I'm gonna put my own spin and twist on everything. So I never been the person to look at the breeder. I always looked at the dog. Like I got breeders these days I don't fuck with, but
Hmm.
that dog ain't did nothing to me. I still go up and talk to that dog. I don't give a damn if they own him right there and I don't like him. I still
Yeah.
talk to that dog because that dog ain't did nothing to me.
Keep it dog all day.
So keep about the dogs. That's my outro. Keep about the dog.
Makes it. Hey, before you go, man, top studs. We know Lex is in the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me a couple other studs that you like too.
Boy, you put me on the spot, man.
Give me a
You
couple other stuff.
man. The studs I like, man. I don't even know if they promote it like that, man. There's one that I like, bro. Y'all might not call him a top star. I don't even. I need to check out to his owner, but Holy Grail, he's a nice one that I
Heard
like.
about him. Never. Somebody was talking about him.
Holy,
Was
he look,
yesterday my live.
that was my mind be. I don't be on it, you
I
know what I
never
mean,
seen.
front street with it because I be like to try to be different and break.
Hmm.
Like, and it depends on my program. Like I said, I'm at a need for an outcross, so I'm kind of seeking out studs that ain't got the same blood that I'm already working with. You know what I mean?
I'm more
Holy
shot.
Grail, Golden Bear. I heard you mention him. I like. I think I like what I
It's
seen from
coming.
rubbing your face, but oh no.
I did a
Huh?
couple people know the move, man. Not a lot of you know. A couple
Hey,
people know the
well,
move.
well, see that what I'm telling you. That why I don't be doing all that talking here. You got me trying to do all that talking, and now you got me telling your ideas. You know what I'm saying? And then you see what I'm saying? That why I don't be doing all that talking about my breeding and what I like. Cause boy, the moment you say you like some shit, motherfucker go on and run it before you. You feel me?
Hey,
That's why I say
I,
you put me on the
I will
spot
give.
top studs, but hey, it is what it is. You know, everybody loving the mountain right now. Everybody loving easy money. So shout out to them. You know, and they
Yeah,
own. You know,
I
all
think. I think easy money. I can't put easy money in this league right now. Easy money is over here right now.
yeah. See, I don't got no. I'm
Hmm?
talking about what the people choosing. You know what I mean? Me
No,
personally,
no, I hear what you're saying, but that was my top studs for last year. Is he going to
yeah,
be a top stud this year? Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I'm
yeah,
talking the upcoming
oh,
studs.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Me personally, I would say I like this dog down in Oklahoma, Trent Bullyborn got him. I like down in California, Chungus. Sully, I'm kind of liking now. I would
No,
say Lex.
you mean Carolina, North Carolina?
Not Carolina, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Lex.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, if I got to criticize Lex, I like dogs with thick tail.
Yeah.
Lex don't have that.
Yeah.
But does he got the movements? Yes, he got the headpiece. Yeah. The only thing I was thinking was the tail. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh that's me personally. That's how I judge a dog. That's where I start
Yeah.
from. If once I start looking at a dog, I look from the tail, the thick of the tail. Then I start the booty hole. Then I look at the rear. You know what I mean? Then
Yeah.
I start looking on the front where I need.
Yeah. No, most definitely. Most
You know what
definitely.
I'm saying? So that's how I go about it. So I
I build
say,
I build from the
me.
rear
Go
forward.
ahead.
You know what I mean? From the rear forward, so I can understand the tail set. You know what I mean? The tail being a big part of it. But me, I
It's not the
started.
tail set. It's just the
No,
size
no,
of the
I'm saying
tail.
the tail. I meant the tail in general. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you, the thick tail. I understand what you're saying. Like
yeah,
what you say, thicker in person than it is on pictures, but I still understand what you're saying.
yeah. So if I'm putting them, I would say I gotta start promoting these because I got a video I got coming up. I was supposed to reach out. I've been supposed to reach out to you for a video, your dog,
Mm-hmm.
to put in this video. So I want to make a top stud, a top stud video, like the 5 studs that I think gonna is either they going up or they're gonna fall. And
Yeah.
it gonna come back on the owners if they promote the damn dogs
Yeah.
because they all got potential.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And me personally, I start seeing like Eric, he start dropping puppy, like a lot of puppy videos and all that. So I see you dropping that, you know what I mean? I seen Bully Born about to start drop his own. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I want to do a compilation of those dogs. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's my 3 top studs. I got 2 more I got to put in there, but I want to see how it's gonna work out first because they ain't promoting the damn dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the dogs ain't getting seen, they're out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Facts.
So that's what I'm saying. I like what you've been doing it since last year. I see you be promoting them. You wasn't doing it too fast. You kind of picked up like in the later end of the year. You
Yeah.
start picking up with more promoting, and now this year you're still doing your thing. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. He's in the top 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of well balanced dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's gonna do stuff this year. I just believe that he's gonna
I
take
just
off.
appreciate my boy, you know what I mean, being in the conversation. I don't get into
Hmm.
it about, most used stuff or whatever it is, what it is. But as long as my dog, like if a person just reach out to me and be like, I'm considering, I'm happy
Yeah,
with it. Because just
most
having
definitely.
a name in your brain just, it means
Hmm.
to me because it ain't easy with all these studs out here. You see what I'm saying?
Bro, it's a lot of studs. It's a lot of studs out here.
It ain't a lot of shit studs. It's good quality studs out
Good
there.
quality studs. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. I want to see these studs and the female, because the female be like people be lacking with the female. Yeah, good ass studs out there could shut down a female that could shut down studs all day. But
Mm-hmm.
are we seeing them? No. I just never understand. We're not seeing those dogs. But what at the end of the day, as I'm saying, these studs have a big part to play as well. And if the stud owner is going to promote the studs, why not? I want everybody to see it. I want to see it on YouTube. I want to see it
Yeah.
on Twitch. I want to see it on Instagram. I want to see
Yeah,
it should be everywhere.
that's what's up.
Cause that's the highest. If you're not promoting everywhere, there's a high not
Mm-hmm.
seeing your stud. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Makes sense. So as I'm saying, Barry, thank you for coming on, man. You already know it's the boy Dan Gaza. Thanking Barry again. I'm out.
Appreciate you done, guys. 3MK out, baby.
Blessings.
Yes, sir.
Sure, man.